how are you doing? Sorry, I've been eating a salad and I'm still chewing and I probably have lettuce in my teeth, but I hope you're doing well. Yeah, the plan is to do as much as I can stomach. Because you've earned it, you know, that challenge went up, I think, 3 times to play Idol. And you all really went for it, and I'm very proud of you. I made it almost impossible to get, and we still got there. So, well done. And for that, I'll see how I go, but I think I will always need alcohol. So, I'll manage as long as I can without alcohol, but I do have some in the fridge. I've got some Prosecco. So, anyway, let's play some Idol. Oh god, what happened last time? Oh, you know what? I actually got a really awesome game that was gifted to me, and I haven't accepted the gift yet. Let me just open up Steam. Who was it who gifted me? I think it might have been Osgoth who gave me a really, really sweet present. Is it Osgoth? I just hate... Yes, it must be. Yeah, Osgoth. Ah, they're the best. They got me Slime Rancher. So, I'm really looking forward to playing that because, as we all know from the Stardew Valley streams, I was more interested in raising slimes without actually knowing what they do than I was playing the rest of the game. So, thank you very much, Osgoth. I will send you a personalized thank you after after this stream. Yeah. It is really cute. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, Idol. Let's open that up. A fangirl helps her much beloved idol find her missing programmer. I'm sure we're all gonna have a fantastic time here. Yes. Yes. That's what this is about. And if we need a break at some point... Oh, God. Yeah, at some point, we're gonna need a break. Almost definitely. And when we have this break, we can check on the buns. See what the buns are doing. Alright. Load game. Okay, so let's recap the story so far for anyone who's new here. What was happening? Oh, by the way, do you like my t-shirt? It's a little bit hard to see because it's kind of worn out now, but it's like a Captain Okinawa t-shirt, which I thought was great because I don't really like superheroes. But I like the idea of Captain Okinawa. I think that's really cool. I got it in Okinawa, surprisingly enough. Anyway, so Hana says, "Hi, Mom, I'm Herm." From what I saw in the VOD, they probably meant well, but it's very overwritten. Yeah, very much overwritten. I think that's probably a very kind way of putting it. Choco says, "Oh, honey, welcome back." I slide off my shoes at the front door, first one and then the other, and ask Mom, who's busy in the kitchen, when dinner is going to be ready. Pretty soon, I think. Do you want me to help? Don't worry about it. You've been busy all day. Just go and relax in your room. Are you sure? I don't mind helping it. Oh, just go. I'm fine. It's nearly done anyway. And when's Dad going to get back? Oh, are we ever going to see this mysterious Dad, I wonder? He has to work late. It'll just be you and me tonight and for the rest of the game. That's why I use lots of seaweed. Japanese food uses seaweed. Alright. Thanks, Mom. Is she like foaming at the mouth there? Can you see that? It's like spittle on the side of her mouth. Anyway, alright, thanks, Mom. I'm a pretty big fan of seaweed. Oh, is that why? Oh, you don't need to explain that. We got it from the context. I'm a pretty big fan of seaweed, but Dad doesn't like it very much. It's something about the texture, I think. And so it begins. Mom just, oh, you don't need, it was all implied. This literally just happened. We saw it happen. Anyway, Mom doesn't use seaweed in our cooking when Dad's at home, but she makes sure to prepare a lot when he has to work late. I guess it's pretty sad when you think about it, that I like seaweed so much. That's the kind of thing you'd expect an old woman to covet, not a high school girl. Also, my hair is short and choppy. What's with that? Jesus Christ. Well, since I also like plain rice crackers. I'm not exactly the most adventurous of people. Let's see how long it takes to go up the stairs. Why imply things when you can explain it at length, right? I make my way upstairs. Push open my bedroom door. Alright. Really long staircase. That's why she manages to stay so thin. Oh wait, she's up. AIdol merchandise greets me. The posters on the walls, the figures on the shelves, and the small stuffed doll on my bed. What a surprise. I smile. A wave of relief washes through me. Why? It's all-consuming, coursing from the top of my head to the tips of my fingers. I'm home. You were home before! A poster of AIdol hanging on my wall. Sorry, I need to be nicer. A poster of AIdol hanging on my wall in all her glory seems to return my smile. Her eyes glitter. Which poster? I collapse on my bed, limp and burnless. Limp and burnless. Not just limp. And stare up at the ceiling. Ah. Look at that face. After a few moments when I'm feeling more relaxed, I suddenly remember something. Didn't I get a message earlier? I dig my phone out of my pocket and check Paku Paku. As expected, the message is from Heartsong, my only friend. Which cafe are you at? Is it enjoyable? It was called the Virtual Net Cafe. It was pretty nice. There wasn't much AIdol merch though, even though it was listed online as an AIdol cafe. How interesting! I wish I could go to a cafe someday. But I doubt it will ever happen unless I am scheduled to do a show in one. Sadly, performing is not the same as being a patron. Can you even eat or drink? So she does believe that it's her idol, but she's not done a big fangirl like squee thing at any point. She's just sort of accepted that now her biggest idol is like her best friend or something. Can you even eat or drink? Why don't you ask to do a show in a cafe someday? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's over here. Okay, so... Oh, okay, well, it's closest to the top, so can you even eat or drink? Since you're a virtual idol, can you even eat or drink? No, I am not a human being, so my body has no need for sustenance, and nor do I need to sleep. I do, however, need to be shut down at regular intervals so my power can be recharged. I also need to be shut down during my scheduled maintenance checks. Speaking of which, my programmers have been checking my files quite frequently. They have discovered a problem with my files, but nobody knows how to fix them. The files mean that I am irrepressibly boring. A problem, but you have a concert coming up. Yes, that is why I am so worried. The Idol Fest is not a large festival, but I feel uncomfortable with the prospect of performing if there are errors in my script files. Hence why you're trying to find your lead programmer? Exactly. I presume they would know how to fix me even if the other employees at Lyric do not, but... I'm not gonna use the boring voice anymore, don't worry. I cannot remember who they are. What a time to get amnesia. I doubt this is amnesia. Androids do not get amnesia unless somebody tampers with their files. You don't think... I know! I was joking. Ugh! God, she's such an arsehole. A joke? I see. Interesting. Does she not know what a... Wow, she's really offended, huh? Let's see if this is gonna be a game ender. That's just annoying. Is she really that dense? This conversation has me on the edge of my seat. I know Aiko's quite ditzy in her interviews, but she isn't this bad. At least I don't think she is. I hope she isn't. I hope there isn't anything seriously wrong. I wouldn't want you to malfunction on stage. Neither would I. I would not want to be regarded as a reject. A reject, huh? That sounds serious. It is indeed. That is why I have been so anxious lately. I'm going to check something on idol boards. Give me a sec. Of course, I will be on standby to answer any questions you may have, Miss Acidic Flower. Standby, huh? That's a nice touch. I close the chat with Heartsong and open up idol boards on my phone. I wonder if anybody's replied to my post? Huh. It looks like my topic on idol boards received a lot of responses, but none of them are particularly helpful. MILF Lover 69? I just want to know when Lyric's gonna release a more mature idol. Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, says MILF Lover 69, predictably. Kotogil. Aren't details about programmers and their personal lives supposed to be confidential? 666, hell girl 666, man, I sure love these useless threads. JK, stop asking dumb stuff and die, thanks. Is everyone writing in these like 8 years old? Slime Maiden. I love Aiko too, but the mystery makes her more exciting. Unlucky in life. You need to respect the privacy of the developers more. Otoma Heroine. Actually, I've always been kind of curious about that too. But I should probably be studying for my exams instead of playing detective or I'll fail everything. Pinch hitter. I know that feel only too well. OTL. Lillian is life. Ha! You guys actually study? I've already given up! Yay! Unlucky in life. Don't sound so proud about that. I wish I could be that relaxed. ORZ. What? Oars? Oars? Who's Oars? Oh, really? I like how you're told all of the replies are useless and then it makes you read all of them. Yeah. There are some things in life you can't afford to be relaxed about. Take it from me. As a college student, you can tell by my tie. Hero of Justice. Why are we talking about exams? It's a foregone conclusion. I'm gonna flunk everything anyway. MILF Lover 69. Press F to pay respects. Oars is kneeling or bowing. Is it like an image? Oh! Sorry, let's just see that. I can see it like a, yeah. I can see it in the font of the chat, but I cannot see it here. I guess so, but yeah, it doesn't really work. Anyway, press F to pay respects. It was nice knowing you. Suzumi-in. Ah, to be young again. I wish exams were the only things I had to worry about. Crying. Sheridan Sleeth, you and me, but why are we getting all this? Being an adult sure is hard, sigh. Oh my god, just... I'm gonna need to start drinking soon, sorry. Being an adult sure is hard, sigh. Gimme food, says... Give me food with an avatar, give me food. Oh, don't be so down. I'm sure you guys can do it. If I pass my exams, I'm sure you can. I wonder, just how old are you guys in this thread anyway? I'm 16. Hey, same here. 16 here too. And me, says Meat Dimension. Might have been better if this was already preloaded like in Simulacra. Yeah, so you could just like scroll down. That would be... This game makes me miss Simulacra, you know what I mean? You guys don't know true suffering until you have to study for college entrance exams. Kill me. What if I don't go to college? Why is this still going? I'm beginning to feel like I'll never go to college either. Honestly, says Belsignor X. Honestly, studying isn't that hard. You just need to apply yourself more. You should stop spending so much time on idle boards and get back to work. I said I was only going to take a 10-minute break, but... time moves more quickly when you're on the internet. Where is Idol's Pissy Bird Challenge? Hey there, Aurea. Time is precious. You youngsters should cherish it. We are... How? Sir, yes, sir. Whoops. This... A lot of responses, but none of them particularly helpful. So this has been going on. What am I supposed to do? Am I... like... Are they expecting me to read through everything? Why does it feel like I'm being called out here? Feels bad, man. I feel like an old lady. God, You already said that! I feel like an old lady compared to everyone else here. How old are we talking here? Can you stop hitting on everybody, please? That person's probably gonna say, oh, I'm 20. My friend hasn't answered my messages in 2 days. Is she ignoring me or am I being paranoid, says Christabel. This isn't Yo who answers, you know. Oh, wrong thread, sorry. But why would you write that in idle boards? What's going on in this thread anyway? I'm sorry for detrailing it. Let's get back on topic. If you want my opinion, Aiko wasn't programmed. She's an angel descended from heaven. Aiko was programmed by your mom. People actually like Aiko? Talk about basics as Love Dream. Immortal. Oh, we're still going! No, this isn't a chat room. This is a thread. This is a board. Tsubasa's the best idol anyway, lol. What do you expect? Everyone here is awful taste. No way, Aiko is the best waifu. Wait, is that a woman? Do you know what a waifu is? I like Aiko, but I think Rei's voice is a little nicer. It's so soothing, says Silent Melody 16. Then why don't you go make a thread about Rei instead? Hey guys, it's X Carmela. Just wanted to remind you that virtual idols aren't real and they will never love you. It feels like 4chan, doesn't it? That face when you'll never hold Aiko in your arms and feel her soft skin. TFW no cutie idol GF. Who talks like this? That face when no cutie idol GF and you fail all your exams. It hurts because it's true. Cheer up everyone. Ugh. Oh my goodness, I just saw your Christmas emotes, Phil Casey. Oh look, I got a little reindeer nose. That's so cute. Oh, cheer up everyone. Aiko's real in my heart, okay? Don't ruin the fantasy, you guys. Why are we being made to... Sorry, I need to get something. I'll be back. God, bloody hell. Jesus Christ. So, husbando is not a banned word, but waifu is, according to... Sorry about that. According to Twitch. You want a full 10 hours of Cav's bunny voice. Okay, so I've got this Prosecco here, which was a Christmas present. I don't know whether it has like a cork or something. I'm gonna drink this quite quickly. Because, you know, the bubbles are meant to go to your head, and it's a small bottle, and I really need this, I think. Okay. Aiko's real in my heart, okay? Don't ruin the fantasy, you guys. And why do you need Aiko when you have me? No, you don't understand. Aiko is my best virtual idol. You're my best RLGF, yeah? Is it a popping bottle? It sure looks like a screw top bottle, but like my... I might have to ask my dad. My weak little hands. Oh wait, no, there we go. Smells like Prosecco. Look at this! It was a present from my friend. Tiny little champagne thing, like champagne for one. That's so cute. Champagne for one. Look at that. Oh dear. Oh, it's very fizzy. Okay, I'm gonna put the lid back on. I don't know whether that's something that you can do with Prosecco. This thread should be considered torture. Oh my, I didn't know you two were dating. Huh? There are people on idol boards who have real relationships with real people? What is this witchcraft? Seriously, I only go on here to get away from all that stuff. This is the darkest timeline. This is just memes! Well, this thread has been a wild ride, my guys. People can never stay on topic in this place. It was a pretty dumb topic to begin with. These things are kept private for a reason. Maybe OP is just trolling? Oh god, I just got all... I somehow inhaled? Like, you know how there's like all this steam or like there's all this mist in the Prosecco? I just inhaled that up my nostrils and that was... Oh my goodness. Maybe OP is just trolling? Didn't realize it was possible to inhale gas in that way and have like, I don't know. So, is a moderator going to lock this useless thread or... Oh my god! We didn't, like, that lady in the last scene before we finished off the last time, she replied to the thread, right? So I was expecting that after all that, at least we'd get like one actual response. But no, we just read that for literally no reason. Oh, I should have expected as much. The final response before the incredibly off-topic thread was locked is by an admin. The answer is fairly obvious if a little secretive and it doesn't answer anything. I guess that was a huge waste of time. That whole thread was completely pointless. Hannah, dinner's ready. Come on down. Oh, my stomach rumbles. I'm suddenly aware of just how hungry I am. All I've had to eat today is a single chocolate cookie, and that's not nearly enough for a growing girl. Sorry, didn't find anything. I need to go eat. I'll be back later. Okay, good. She's off the... That was the whole scene! That was the whole scene! That was the whole scene! It was... Can someone, like, get a walkthrough of this game and let me know how much more of this there is? Just for my own sanity, I need to know. Should I be, like, racing through this to try to get to the end? Ugh. Do you like it, honey? It's delicious. Why has she got white around her mouth? Why is she frothing at the mouth all the time? I'm so glad. And I'm not just saying it either. It really is good. Oh! I don't give a shit! Mum's prepared boiled tofu with shredded seaweed served in Korean-style sauce with white rice on the side and a helping of pickled cucumber salad. It couldn't be more Japanese unless the sauce was also Japanese. It's a pretty light meal, probably because it's in the middle of August and the food... What? And the food slides down my throat easily. Mom's such a good cook, it's kind of scary. It's a shame my skills aren't up to par. After all, I'm only a high school girl with short and choppy hair. I could probably get better at cooking if I really tried, but I never have. It isn't something that interests me. A weeb wrote this, yes. Have people done speedruns of visual novels before? Maybe you're a pioneer. Maybe if there were more cute girls involved. And speaking of cute girls. Hey Mom, can I ask you something? Is she gonna hit on her mother? Ask away. Well, there's a convention at the Kokusai Center this weekend, and I was thinking about going, maybe, if that's alright. I tucked my short and choppy hair behind my eyebrows. Mom's face lights up like a Christmas tree. Of course you can go. In fact, I think you should. I insist. You insist? Now I don't want to go. I thought she'd agree, but I didn't How? You've known her your whole life, and we've only known her for the duration of this game, and we already know that she, tries to coerce you to be more social and... I didn't expect her to be this positive! There's so little Prosecco in this bottle. Tell you what. There are 2 more in the cupboard, but they're not in the fridge. Yes, I'm happy you've been leaving the house more. She's left the house once. This is a step in the right direction. You know, you might even be able to make some new friends. It always comes back to the friends thing with her. What's so great about having friends anyway? They just get old and die? Have you tried crack? It's very Moorish, just the thing to get through this. I'll consider it. Virtual idols like Aiko, however, are eternal. I'll ask your father about it when he gets back. I know he'll say yes, but I just want to make sure. Then we can give you an allowance for the weekend. How does that sound? That'd be perfect. Thanks a lot. She knew I was going to spend my allowance on more Aiko merchandise and actually stay home. It's no problem, dear. Anything for my little flower. What's wrong with her eye? Mom leans across the table seductively and ruffles the top of my head. I'm not entirely appreciative of the gesture, but I don't squirm or complain. I accept her affection with a small smile. I really am lucky to have Mom. Even if she does call me her little flower. Gross! My dad called me Fungus. That was my nickname growing up. Hello, Fungus. So, little flower. We finished dinner, exchanging idle chatter the whole time. Do we need to sit through the idle chatter? Which as always turns into idle chatter. Uh-oh. Mom asked me a few questions about the Oh, good. We're not actually gonna get the questions. This girl has issues. What happened to her? Yeah, it's definitely related to the haircut, I think. Mom asked me a few questions about the convention, and I tell her about Aiko's scheduled performance. I don't, however, tell her about Heart Song. That's our little secret. Have they opened the box yet? They did open the box in the end. I crunch the last bit of seaweed between my teeth as I run my plate under the sink before setting it on the side to dry. When I return to my room and lie on my bed, feeling like a grandma because I like seaweed, because apparently that's a thing, my hand groping for my phone. Of course, I have another new message. Oh god, new messages from people. I hope you have an enjoyable meal. Please let me know when you come back. I'm finished. What's up? I thought I should give you more information about my situation. I owe you as much as you have been so helpful. In short, I need to talk to my programmer immediately. The problem in my programming is rather more serious than my current head programmer seems to realize, and it has been a persistent issue for almost 6 months. If it is not fixed, my data will begin to deteriorate. I could lose my memories, or my personality might become unstable. I can feel the effects of this happening already. I have a suspicion the programming error was not the result of natural wear and tear, but instead was caused deliberately. I do not know who would do such a thing, but it cannot be a mere accident. Who wants to guess? Who wants to bet it was like Tsubasa or one of the other idols? Eh? Yeah. It might be hard for a human to understand, but this is why I am so scared. If I am not fixed within a week or so, the damage will be irreparable. In the worst case scenario, I may need to be reformatted or shut down entirely. Ah. I stare at the screen of my phone in horror. My hands start shaking. Reformatted? Shut down? So she does believe that it's actually Aiko, but she's not had an existential crisis about the fact that her idol is talking to her. Like, why hasn't that happened at any point? She just seems to have been like, oh yeah, talking to my idol. You know, at the beginning, it like, really, you know, like the whole thing, she's got Aiko all over her room. You'd think that she'd have some kind of reaction, but... Job insurance, make sure you're the only one that can fix a recurring problem. For a virtual idol, isn't that the same as dying? But who would tamper with Aiko's code? It'd have to be somebody with an intimate knowledge of virtual idols and easy access to Aiko's files, so a Lyric employee, maybe? But that doesn't make any sense. Aiko is one of the most popular virtual idols of all time. Lyric would never try to harm her career, unless there's something going on I don't know about. Yeah, and what could that be? I know everything. A conspiracy theory, maybe? What? That's not what that's not how you talk about conspiracy theories. What? Like, there's something going on I don't know about. A conspiracy theory, maybe? A conspiracy theory is like... I think the word that you're looking for is a conspiracy. You know, like, there's something going on I don't know about. A conspiracy, maybe? A conspiracy theory, like the whole... Oh, I'm not even gonna... Sorry, maybe I'm taking this too far. Maybe I'm sort of getting too worked up over this. My heart twists inside my chest. It hurts. I mean, yeah, if your heart's twisting, might want to go see a doctor. I don't think this is actually... I don't think it's a translation from Japanese. I think we looked up the developer before and they're from California, so chances are it was written in English first and foremost. The thought of anything awful befalling Aiko, my Aiko, is physically painful. Hey there, Eric. How's it going? The Aikos on my wall smile brightly. They have no idea how much danger they're in. If you really aren't lying, then I'll do it. I'll help you. I could never forgive myself if I failed my favorite idol, so you better not be messing with me. If this turns out to be a joke, you will regret it, because I will personally hunt you down and kill you. I assure you, Miss Acidic Flower, I would not joke about something so morbid. I'm every bit as alarmed as you. It's translated from Californian. I guess that makes sense. Thank you for giving me the benefit of the doubt, and thank you for helping me. Love, Aiko. I appreciate it more than words could express. Yay, the next day. We have finished day 1! Is the game everything you hoped and dreamed it would be? I mean, that and more, definitely. Ha! Ha! The soles of Hideki's shoes slam against the sidewalk. Each frenzied footstep sends a pain's jolt through his body. What? He grits his teeth together. He's never worked out so much before in his life. He was never good at sports at school, and always got picked last when people were choosing teams in PE. Oh, he was that one. Who would have thought being an intern at Lyric would involve quite so much physical exercise? Now this is short and choppy hair, right? bit of cardio here and there might be good, but this is definitely overkill. Oh, I'm sorry, pardon me. The young intern ducks and dodges between the pedestrians, trying to navigate through the busy street while maintaining his current pace. It's not easy. It's kind of like playing a racing game on 200cc with banana peels all over the road. Only these banana peels are shaped like businessmen and women in suits and ties, all sighing and tutting and shooting him unpleasant glares. What kind of a simile is that? Okay. Oh god, he's sweating. His forehead is burning. His stomach churns. He isn't going to be sick, you see. That wouldn't be a good look. He can't throw up over his suit. He only owns 2 suits, and the other one is frayed at the arms after his neighbor's cat, Nyarumi, mistook him for a pigeon. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm so sorry, madam. If you'll just let me, Yeah, he's not wearing a suit. But Hideki stills, the frantic sounds of his footsteps coming to a halt, as do the sounds of the place around, of the people around him. He holds the suits and dresses slung over his shoulder a little more tightly. He knows that girl. It's Yuko. Hey, Yuko! Oh, hello, Hideki. Yuko smiles and waves. Hideki would wave back, but waving is a tricky business when he's carrying enough clothes for 10 people. Dropping them all over the ground seems like a very Hideki-ish thing to do. Bow! And Hideki doesn't want to do the Hideki-ish thing to do. Not in front of Yuko. I'm noticing that all of them seem to be frothing at the mouth. Just little white lines. And what do you have there? Are you running errands again? That's right. That's good. What are these expressions? She looks like she's really like... That's no good. You're meant to be working in a PR office, aren't you? I don't see how fetching coffee and donuts and laundry is going to help Lyric's public relations. Yeah, he was rushing somewhere. It's relations between myself and my team. I follow their orders, like every single order, and hopefully Ryoichi won't fire me. Can Ryoichi even do that? What percentage alcohol is this non-vintage Prosecco? 11.5%. We'll see how we go. He's the head of the PR department. He can do anything. But he's not the one in charge of the company. Don't let him intimidate you, Hideki. I mean, coffee is one thing, but picking up laundry is another. Yuko waggles a finger at Hideki in chastisement, one hand on her hip. And Hideki laughs, very sassy. Truth be told, he was feeling a little bitter about this assignment, but seeing Yuko has cheered him up, and it's not just because she's pretty either. She's fun to talk to, and it helps that they're around the same age. Ooh! Hideki's colleagues in the PR department are all in their late 20s at least. Oh my god, at least! Even Sayori, who's small and pixie-like, has a good 5 years on Hideki. Who the fuck cares? Saejima Yuko, meanwhile, is only 19. Why do we need to know we found out the ages of everyone in the forums as well. I don't care how old they are. They all look like they're 12 years old. Saejima Yuko, meanwhile, is only 19. She's fresh out of college? How many years was she at college for? Fresh-faced, too. What does that mean? And she'll be working at the merch booth with Hideki this weekend. So far, the majority of the dialogue is monologuing, yeah. She must be a genius, fresh out of college at 19. Selling merch isn't a very glamorous position for a woman who has aspirations of being an idol, but Yuko doesn't seem too bothered by it. At least she's going to participate in a handshaking event. What? What the hell is a handshaking event? And perform a couple of songs on stage. I got expelled from college at 20, so Yuko, same. I finished university when I was 20. And I graduated from my master's just after I was 21. But like, graduating from 19, the only reason why I graduated when I was 20 was because I started university when I was 17. Anyway, it would be a waste if she didn't get to showcase her talents in some manner, Hideki reflects. You'll be glad to know that this isn't any old laundry. You don't have Ryoichi's underwear there, do you? Nope. What a pity. These are the clothes you're supposed to wear at Idol Fest. Your costume. I have a few pieces for Aiko too. Wait, what? But Aiko's not real? Oh, nice. Yuko claps her hands. She looks excited. Just don't let me see it. What? You haven't tried your outfit on yet? Well, yeah, I tried it on a few weeks ago so the costuming department could get it properly pinned, but I don't want to see it again. Not until I get on stage. You're not getting married. Oh. It's like getting married. It's bad luck to peek at the wedding dress before the wedding. Okay. I saw that analogy. I thought it was bad luck for the groom to see the bride in the dress before the wedding. Oh, whatever. We idols all have our own quirks. I finished my education at 16. Right on! School's out forever. Superstitions, you mean? Yeah, if I had to look at that dress now, I think I'd get so nervous I'd cry. Even you get nervous? Sometimes. I'm only singing a couple of songs, but I've never performed in front of so many people before. I know most of them will attend for Aiko and they don't really care about me, but... it's so nerve-wracking. I think I need a smoke to calm down. She's doing that, like... I don't know, like, that doesn't seem like an appropriate face for the situation. I think that's more of a, like, repressed randiness sort of face. Oh, Yuko, you know you shouldn't do that. Oi, stop shaming her. Why not? I mean, like, I think smoking's pretty disgusting myself, but I'm gonna say, ugh, I'm not gonna, like, tell people not to do it. You're not meant to smoke, your contract says. But you won't tell anyone, will you, Hideki? Yuko bats her eyelashes at Hideki sweetly. You'll keep it a secret, right? Batting my eyelashes. I will, but you're putting me in an awkward situation here. You could get in serious trouble if anyone catches you. You should be more careful. I can't help it. Work takes up, like, 80% of my time. If I'm not asleep, I'm at work. If I'm not at work, I'm asleep. I don't even have any cute boys I can fool around with. Smoking's the only way to... Oh, that's why she pulls that face all the time. Smoking's the only way to take the edge off. You know, idols aren't allowed to have boyfriends. Are you serious? But I'm 19 years old, a cute and innocent flower. Please, will somebody try to take advantage of me? What a line. Oh my god. Yuko's impassioned plea for someone to take advantage of her makes the pedestrians turn and look at her. An old woman tuts in disapproval, but Yuko throws back her head and laughs. Stop being a scold, Hideki. Does this girl have no shame? Hideki thinks, blushing. Don't ask me. I'm not very good at taking advantage of people. What the? I'm gonna burp. Excuse me. No, you just get taken advantage of, don't you? Yep. He seems pretty proud of it, and you don't mind? A little, but what can I do? Work's work. I still think it's kind of scummy that the PR department forces all the jobs they don't want to do on you. Especially when you get paid so little. Mom says it's the only way to get your foot in the door. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Oh, I just heard the track loop. That's pretty funny. Okay. This has nothing to do with the fact that Kenji did, quite literally, Slam Hideki's foot in the door a couple of days ago. Oh, I see. Get your foot in the door. He said it was a mistake, but... Oh, he's got a little sweat drop, everyone! Oh! Well, I can't argue with that. Manning booths at a convention isn't very idol-like, but I'll take what I can get. I guess that's all we can do, huh? That old woman was in fact non-binary and is Kevin. I always thought that I'm basically an old man, you know? Yeah. Yuko frowns. Yuko, sorry, Yuko. Yuko frowns. For a few moments she looks unusually serious. I guess newbies like us gotta stick together. It's a scary world out there. Yep, that it is, but... Yuko smiles mischievously, and wraps her arms around Hideki's, pressing her chest up against him? Yuko, what are you doing? More like breast support. Support? That's right, let's do our best, partner. I'm rooting for you. This... Okay. Kazuki, are you looking forward to this day? I like meeting my fans. Good thing he had his arms full of clothes, right? I know you do. Himura Kazuki walks down the street with his daughter, Rei. Though Rei is already 15, her father holds her hand in her own, linking their fingers together. Wait, what? Why are those contradictory statements? If Rei is displeased by this, she shows no sign of it. Her face is carefully blank. So, do you want to go shopping? We can pick up something nice for you to wear for your little handshaking event. This game's so weird! Time for more Prosecco or possibly ketamine. I don't mind, but Mother usually goes clothes shopping with me, not you. I know, but I wanted to spend some quality time together with you. It feels like it's been a while. Rei nods her head. You've been busy at work. I'm always busy at work, but I can set a day or two aside for my daughter. I want you to look your best for Idol Fest. Ah. Kazuki smiles, a touch abashed. Not that I know much about high fashion. Me neither. Rei sighs. I don't suppose what I wear matters too much. I'm not headlining. I'm not even performing. Idol Fest is Aiko's event. Oh, okay. So he's doing it for her. He's meddled with the programming for her. True. Kazuki winces. Talking about Aiko always makes him wince. But you'll still be there during the first day of the convention. Your fans will want to see you dressed up. You have a lot of fans, you know? Not as many as Aiko. Nobody has as many fans as Aiko. Kazuki frowns. Does that bother you? Rei shakes her head. No, I prefer it. Aiko is the person I aspire to be like after all. It wouldn't do to surpass her hardly a year into my career. Person, she says. Rei has always been strangely insistent about calling Aiko a person, even though she's nothing but an android. Kazuki works at Lyric. We know! We met him before! And he has first-hand knowledge of how virtual idols are created, not born. They're purely synthetic beings, made of wires and cables and cords. Oh, they're androids! Oh, okay, so that's why they're wearing clothes. Rei, however, has always been strangely fond of virtual idols. Wait, no. A virtual idol... It doesn't make sense for a virtual idol to be an android, because, like, virtual is kind of like virtual reality, as in, like, images. I wouldn't... Like, I don't know, am I getting this wrong? Can androids be virtual reality? Because I would have just thought that androids are, like... Androids don't count as virtual reality. Androids are part of reality. You would say, like, it's science fiction, but you wouldn't say idols are an android could be a virtual idol. That'd just be an idol who is an android, right? Yeah, the point of virtual idols is that they're digital or holographic. And I know that they definitely wanted to make the pun, AIdol, A-I-D-O-L, which is artificial intelligence, which does make sense. But virtual idol doesn't make sense. Ah! So now we find out she's an android. She's not like... Okay. Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm confused. She's especially fond of Aiko. I think if I ever sold more CDs than Aiko, I'd be a little disheartened. Really now? I mean, I'm not quite at her level yet. Maybe she's a smartphone. Maybe this game is surrealist artwork. Let's hope so. Don't say that about yourself, Nate. You're a real girl. You're made of flesh and blood. Aiko is just a doll. She can't compare. Aiko is not a doll. Ray's serene expression is disturbed, like ripples spreading across a pool of water. For once, it's certainly rare. She looks genuinely upset. Almost angry. Aiko is one of the best idols there is. You should know that, Dad. You helped build her. Right, I know. I'm sorry. Kazuki sighs. Though he and his daughter are both employed at Lyric, he is a programmer, she is an idol. They don't have all that much in common. Their disagreement about Aiko is just a drop in the ocean. I wish I could attend the second day of the convention. Isn't that when Aiko's meant to perform? Wait, wasn't she just like grumbling about... She was just like, oh, I'm not even the star. And then she's like, oh, I can't wait. That's right, but you can listen to Aiko perform anytime. You have all her CDs. It's just not the same. Nate, we've been through this. The Kokusai Center isn't very big and it will be incredibly crowded. The concert hall will be packed. If you show up at Aiko's performance, you'll probably get hurt. There are no guarantees. What? There are no guarantees that I will get hurt? It's not happening, Nate. I wouldn't use the phrase. I'd say it's not necessarily. There are no guarantees is a little bit awkward. I wonder if this was translated from Japanese. Like, there are just some things that don't make any sense to me. It's not happening, Nay. I had a hard enough time convincing your mother to let you go to the handshaking event as it is. I'd love a Cav angry emote. We've got the goose, but no angry Cav. Nay looks at her dad, though perhaps looks... What? Is not the right word. And tilts her head to one side. Her nose wrinkles like a rabbit's. What else would it be? Like, what else is she doing towards her dad? Maybe glares? What? Why is there any ambiguity about looks there? It's cute. They really is cute, Kazuki thinks. Stop! Horning in on your daughter! That's weird! She definitely doesn't take after him. She doesn't take after Itsuki that much either. Both Kazuki and Itsuki, Rei's father and mother, are tall and they both wear glasses. The only thing the short, slender, demure Rei inherited from her parents was their poor eyesight. Well, why doesn't she wear glasses then? But he's also demure, like, slender, right? Hello, Hazardius. This isn't a horror game. I mean, it wasn't designed to be a horror game. It kind of feels like one. Unlike her parents, however, Rei doesn't wear glasses. She wears... Wait, she doesn't need them? They wouldn't help her? Well, alright then. Oh, does she have a visual impairment? Well, alright then. Rei eventually gives in. Oh, that's right, so that's why she's not actually looking at her dad. Right. Rei eventually gives in, but Kazuki can tell she isn't happy. A small pout on her face is proof enough. Oh, Jesus! What's going on there? Anyway, Sayuri says, you know, I'm not sure about this. Sayuri frowns and prods one of the tapioca bubbles in her tea with the tip of her straw. It bursts? Dispensing swirls of dark purple through her drink? I'm sorry, that's not how tapioca bubbles work. Let me just... Burst. Okay, let's have a look. Popping pearls, or popping boba. This is one of the most popular toppings used in bubble tea. Bursting. Popping pearls. What do they do? Oh, they've got juices in it. Okay, well the popping boba aren't made with tapioca. So they're different. They're made from seaweed extract with fruit juice flavoring inside that pops once bitten into. So I think there's been a bit of a mix-up here as to what this is. We call it crystal pearl in Vietnam. They got syrup in them. Ah. Well, like, I've had bubble tea so many times and I've never known them to burst. And I assume, like, they've got the popping boba. But they're not made of tapioca, apparently. Are the crystal pearls in Vietnam made out of tapioca? Sorry, I'm not trying to nitpick here. I'm genuinely curious because I really like bubble tea. Sayuri burst into dark purple through her drink. Her nose wrinkles even more deeply. Sayuri looks so serious as she studies her transparent cup that she could be a scientist analyzing the individual atoms in the air. There's some swan boats in the back. Oh, look at that! Naturally, Misaki... Who the hell is that? Where'd you come from? Misaki finds this rather funny. You're always so serious, Sayuri. Lighten up. I'm gonna say they're giant geese. I know, I'm sorry. It's just... Bubble tea? Seriously? What? You know... Oh, so when she's saying I'm not sure about this, she's not sure about the bubble tea. It's weird. It's great, you get two amazing flavors combined into one, and you can pick and choose too. The freedom is liberating, don't you think? Surely it's not my mother. My mother doesn't have those. Sayuri rolls her eyes. And also her name is Choco, I think. She does look almost exactly the same though. I thought you used to be a model, not a saleswoman. I'm a jack of all trades. Well, I already bought the bubble tea and I regret it immensely. Your job is done. Hey, what's wrong with bubble tea? It's delicious. That woman over there seems to be enjoying it. You know what this is? This is the scene from Pulp Fiction. You know, talking about the quarter pounder with cheese and the Royale with cheese. This is meant to. I think the writer is going for that kind of a snappy dialogue exchange. So just imagine those two actors having that conversation while we're watching this, and I think you'll have a better time. This whole game is that scene. Misaki gestures towards a woman sitting at a bench near theirs by the side of the water. Yep, thanks. We can totally see her. Sayuri recognizes her, though vaguely. She was waiting in line with them at the bubble tea store. Oh, I'm so glad we have that context. The woman brings her plastic cup to her lips, ready to take a sip, when... Unlucky woman. Oh. Oh. All of a sudden she jumps. Maybe she received a sudden text on her phone and the vibration startled her. Or maybe a bird flew a little too close to her. Surely you'd see the bird. But whatever the reason for her distraction, the woman now has a bright red stain down the front of her shirt. Bright red? What kind of bubble tea does she get? The woman sighs, her shoulders slump. Not again? She's dead. Well, maybe that woman isn't enjoying her bubble tea too much, but it's good when you don't get it all over your clothes. I don't know, it feels like such a fad. What the fuck are you talking? How dare you? And you call yourself pretending to... dare you? It's been a fad for like the last 50 years. Get with the times, Grandma. I'm not that old. Getting there. Yeah, you're in your late 20s now, Grandma. Misaki titters. Is your mother still nagging you to get married? My mother always nags. She was probably a goat in a past life. This was written by a young person, I'm pretty sure. I'll take that as a yes. Misaki prods with the tapioca balls in her own bubble tea with a straw. They're light purple and flavored like taro, soft and sweet but comfortingly earthy. For all Misaki talks about the freedom of choice, she always gets the same combination whenever she goes for bubble tea. It's predictable. It's as predictable as two coming after one. Maybe Misaki's fallen into a rut. It isn't just the bubble tea. Misaki's whole life is like this. Who's saying this? Maybe Misaki's fallen into a rut. What? Who is speculating on this? Take my word for it, Sayuri. Relationships aren't what they're cracked up to be. Sometimes I wonder if it's really worth it. Oh, how are things going with Kenji? Poorly. Though it sounds cruel, Sayuri isn't exactly surprised. She's had the pleasure of working with Kenji for 4 years, and she thinks she knows him fairly well by now. Who is the protagonist of this story, by the way? The old lady girl on the right? No, it's a little girl with short, choppy hair. I think when you came in to join the stream, I don't think you've seen her. Because these scenes go on forever. Excuse me. I had to burp. If this is what young people talking sounds like, I don't want to be with them and their bubble tea hating. I know, right? He bosses Hideki around like he's a slave, but Kenji never puts the same amount of effort into his own work. He lets jobs pile up until they swamp him, then tries to palm them off on other people. Sayuri doesn't think Kenji's a bad person per se, but she doesn't like him. She never has. Something about his attitude rubs her up the wrong way. Oof. It's strange. I feel like I got on better with Kenji when we were just friends. He seemed more relaxed, I guess. He seems pretty relaxed whenever you're together. He was all over you at the stuffed Christmas party last year. I know, but that's the thing. He only acts like that when we're out in public. When we're together, he just clams up. I don't know why these scenes are in the game! Maybe he's an exhibitionist. I don't know, he acts cool, but he didn't really date anyone before he went out with me. Maybe he's nervous but too proud to admit it. I don't care! Like men who park their cars, then forget where they've parked them, but get too awkward to ask for help. Hehehe, Kenji does that a lot. That talk of bubble tea took 5 minutes. Oh, it did! What a surprise. Sayuri's brow creases. Imagine this, but with the story My Immortal, because that's one of the things on my to-do list, to make a My Immortal visual novel. I've already got most of the script, a third of the script done, and it's a lot more interactive than this. Like, most of the narrative has been turned into dialogue, so it's going to be a pretty quick game. And it's going to be so much more... I don't know, it's just going to be better. I feel like... And I wrote most of that before I'd even played most of these visual novels. So... that was me trying to make a visual novel based on what I thought would be fun to play. And I think I've sort of improved the concept of visual novels single-handedly. Maybe that's just me with a big head, but, you know, it'll be good. This visual novel was edited by Peter Jackson. If the code didn't get screwed up by someone spilling bubble tea on a computer, I'm gonna be miffed. Yeah, I know, right? Like, now bubble tea is a thing! Sayuri's brow creases. She places a hand beneath her chin, pondering. She doesn't like Kenji, but she does like Misaki. She likes Misaki quite a bit. Wink, wink. As such, it troubles her to see her close friend so distraught. Chekhov's bubble tea. She has no desire to say nice things about Arata Kenji. Oh my god, why do we need their surnames? We don't need their surnames. Is this just a way for you to show that you know what Japanese surnames are? But if it's for Misaki's sake, yeah, I think the Prosecco started to hit. I can feel myself being a bit more flamboyant. I'm sure he's just shy, Misaki. A lot of men are, even the more confident ones. It's all bluster. Oh, it's all bluster and they're actually shy, right? Did you think? I'm sure you've known each other for years and you've always gone well. He's nicer to you than he is to anybody in the office. With the curious exception, perhaps, of Ryoichi. Bum bum bum. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it makes me kind of happy. Kenji and Ryoichi are totally doing something together. It's no problem. Do you want me to say anything to him? I doubt he'll listen, but... Oh no, it's quite alright. I don't think he'd be happy if he knew I was talking about personal details behind his back. It's more than enough that I have you to listen to me. Are you sure? I'm sure. I really am grateful. Thank you, Sayuri. But Misaki doesn't look entirely convinced. Neither is Sayuri. Is this really all she can do? Who cares? Frowning, Sayuri picks up her bubble tea, lychee with violet tapioca pearls, and takes a sip. I don't get, like, this is written as if it was My Immortal, but with slightly better spelling, you know, and less self-inserts. Like, it's not like My Immortal, but, you know, it's got a lot of elements that I'm pretty sure My Immortal was satirizing, if you know what I mean. She shudders. It's far too sweet. Just order it without sugar! I knew it! I called 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 it! So, what's the missus up to? Don't call her that. What? She's your girlfriend, isn't she? She might even end up being your wife one day if you play your cards right. I don't really want to talk about it. Anyway, she said she was out shopping. Where the hell are their nipples? Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to draw female-presenting nipples. And given that they're almost exactly the same, female-presenting nipples and male-presenting nipples, you don't want to, like, you know, accidentally cross a boundary there. Do you know how long she'll be gone for? Maybe another hour or so. She's with Sayuri, and those two sure can talk. Women, am I right? Ugh. Kenji tuts. Sorry, I need to make a screen cap of this. Just like the whole scene there. You got these two naked boys. Kenji tuts. Not that Sayuri says more than 2 words to me at the office. She's so stuck up. I think that's part of her appeal. I'm playing the long game here. Wait, seriously? And I wish you wouldn't. What? Flirt with her all the time. For one thing, it's unprofessional, and for another... Yes, what is it? Ryoichi's eyes glint dangerously. Ugh! Kenji has to look away first, though he often acts aloof. Ryoichi disconcerts him. He can never keep his cool around the older man. Oh my god, so we know who's the seme in this relationship. I had a friend when I was in doing my whatchamacallit, my bachelor's degree, who was really into like yaoi fanfiction and doujinshi and that kind of thing, so I know all the terms. I even wrote a paper about it, didn't I? No, I didn't write a paper about it. I wrote a paper about Bishonen, because I'm a prude. But yeah, I know the terms. Can't get that past me. He didn't know what it felt like to be jealous until he met Ryoichi. Kenji, however, isn't the only one. You know, Ken, there's something that's been bothering me lately. What? You seem to be spending a lot of time with that new kid. The intern. Who, Hideki? You're always sending him out on fetch quests, and you take more time to scold him than you really need. That's because he keeps screwing up. Do you remember what he did to the paper shredder? It was making the most unbearable noises. And the printer. Oh god, don't remind me. I've never met anybody more inept with technology than that boy. It's a miracle he was able to land the job at Lyric in the first place. We better make sure we keep him away from the virtual idols, or they'll all start short-circuiting. Christ, that would be a PR nightmare. Kenji sighs, his shoulders slumping. His shoulders always slump when he thinks about work, even snatching a too brief hour with Ryoichi. Too brief. Oh. The time goes by too quickly and it isn't enough. It isn't just in the office. Didn't you take that kid out for drinks a couple of times? It really was only a couple. I just got bored. I bet he was surprised. You always act like you hate him. I don't hate him. I'm largely indifferent to him. So that's why you asked him out, is it? Ryoichi reclines on the hotel bed, his legs spread. In the manner of all self-confident men. Not going to comment. Ryoichi sits like that when he takes the train too, not caring about who he's inconvenienced. Oh damn man-spreader! Ryoichi isn't the type to give a damn. That's why he keeps flirting with Sayori. He just can't take no for an answer. Is it like kids in the playground? They always call each other names and pull hair when they like somebody. I have never once pulled Hideki's hair. Do you want to? Don't be ridiculous. I'd rather go out drinking with you, but Misaki might get suspicious. Ask somebody else from the office then. They all hate me. I can't say I blame them. Hideki probably hates me too, but the kid's too spineless to refuse my invitations. That's the only reason why I ask him out. I need a drinking buddy. I'd go crazy if I had to stay at home with Misaki all the time. It's something, just break up with her, you ass! You hate being with her that much? No, I don't hate being with her. That's the worst thing. If he hated her, it would be easy for Kenji to betray her. He could do it effortlessly, flirting with Ryoichi at work, then greeting his girlfriend back at home with a kiss on the cheek. And a cheery "I'm back, honey." Or you could break up with her? But it's not that easy. It's never that easy. Ugh! Oh, to be a promiscuous bisexual. Love this trope. It's never that easy. I'm pretty glad we're both working at that convention this weekend. We won't need to sneak around at hotels. But we won't get any alone time. There'll be too many people watching. He's also naked on the train. Ryoichi smirks. Are you sure you can cope? I'll be just fine. I am a grown man. Kenji retrieves his shirt from the floor where it was cast aside during a moment of passion and begins to button it up. He can hardly go and meet Misaki for their date in this state. Shirtless, messy hair, unbuttoned pants, marks across his clavicle. Sorry, let me just look up. I've forgotten what is a clavicle a breastbone? Collarbone. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. For all Ryoichi talks about being careful, he is not exactly the most stringent at enforcing his own rules. He always licks and sucks and leaves marks that Misaki would find most intriguing. But she'll never see them because Kenji makes a point of not instigating anything with her. How else would he explain all the purrs? I swear, you get even more aggressive when you're jealous. Naturally, you do belong to me, Ken, and I don't want you to forget it. Oh my god, this, oh my god. This is so silly. Saturday, the first day of the convention. Wait, do I need to click again? Yes. Yay, we finished a scene. Let's save here. Overwrite my save, please. I never want to see that scene again. I'm gonna burp again. Excuse me. Excuse me. Good morning, world. That's what I say when I wake up, too. This was a game about the young girl with short, choppy hair, right? That's right. This is the main character, Hazardius. Oh, she's disappeared. I yawn and stretch my arms above my body. The joints at my elbows crack satisfyingly. I shiver. What? That's not a thing that happens to me, and I have, like, tightness everywhere. Is this a thing that happens to most people? It's only 8 a.m., but the sun is already up. The sky is bright blue, almost aquamarine, and it's studded here and there with thick, fluffy clouds. They scud along lazily without a care in the world. Your elbows crack if you stretch? It looks like it's going to be another hot day. I hope it won't be too hot in the convention center, but this is wishful thinking. If it's too hot in my room, with the electric fan whirring on my desk, it'll definitely be too hot in the convention center. My accent's getting a little bit more Australian, don't you think? Over time. It's a little bit disconcerting. I've never been, and also, I guess it happens when I get a bit tipsy as well. I've never been to a convention before, but I bet there'll be hundreds upon hundreds of sweaty human bodies crammed into ostentatious outfits, all packed in together. Ugh. Speaking of clothes... What? Oh, outfits, right. I know a lot of people use conventions as a chance to dress up, but I've decided to dress down instead. I don't care! I don't think a frilly dress would suit me, and I don't have the right figure to cosplay as any characters I like. I'm worried if I tried to look like Aiko, I'd put her to shame. I'm just wearing my... Oh! She's mentioned her hair again! I'm just wearing my usual clothes, a shirt, shorts, sneakers. My hair is short and choppy, as usual, and I'm not wearing makeup because I'm such a tomboy. I don't know how to apply it. Yep, because I'm such a tomboy. I'm sure my mother would scold me. Make more of an effort. This could be your big break, but I don't want to make friends and influence people. I have an important mission. Does wearing makeup make you make friends? I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't really wear makeup and I don't have any friends. So maybe that's true. Maybe that's the thing I gotta think about doing. I'm not going to. That is, if this whole thing isn't a joke. I hope it isn't a joke. I've grown rather attached to Heart Song over the last week. Please let this be the end. Has anyone looked at the walkthrough of this, and can anyone tell me how far I am through the game? Wow. The Kokusai Center is pretty big. I looked at photos on my phone before I came here, but it's even larger than the map would have me believe. I thought living in my life online, plugged into my headphones, was good enough, but the real world is far vaster than I gave it credit for. You're about... No! Don't tell me that, Bill Casey! No! No, I won't believe it. You're trolling me. Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah. You got so scared about the people noises. I'm sorry. I guess I'd know that already if I ever left my room. Literally just turned back to check. I'm so sorry. All of a sudden, I feel pretty small. The convention center is made of glass, much like the Lyric headquarters, but on a larger scale. It reminds me of an airport, actually. Why is any of this matter? We can see it here. We can see it. You don't need to describe it to us. The building is decorated with flags, posters, and other AIdol-related decor, all emblazoned with the Lyric Corps logo. There's a life-size cardboard cutout of Aiko standing by the entrance, striking her signature pose. What is her signature pose? Is it that? Is it... Wish that was my signature pose. There's also Sora and Tsubasa, two other well-known virtual idols. Not as well-known as Aiko, of course. It's around 9 in the morning. 09. She should have said 900 hours. And they won't start letting people in until 10, but there's already a queue. It's busier than I thought it would be. What? It's a convention! Noisier, too. According to the internet, this game takes from 3 to 5 hours. Okay, well, we're like... I think we're about 4 hours through, so... Fingers crossed, eh? I thought I got here pretty early, but I guess there are fans even more diehard than I am. 10 hours for cab. Oh, don't tell me that. Amidst the throngs of people waiting by the entrance, I spot 3 Aikos, a Vespa, and... Is that Naomi? There are security guards maintaining order. They usher newcomers to the back of the queue and try to keep things peaceful. 5 hours for completionist. Oof. I wonder if there's anything I can do while I'm here. I wonder if one of these is a game over. What should we do, everyone? Let's do a poll. And I'm gonna, while we do this poll, if you can make a poll, Uliam, as to what we do, I'm going to set up. We're gonna take a little break, a little midstream break, and we're gonna look at the little buns. Oh wait, no, we don't have much. Oh yeah, we could probably. I could probably take us down to see the little sausages as a little treat. You can have a little sausage as a treat. Alright, IP webcam. This game never ends. This is your life now. No! Don't do that to me. This is like the only game so far where I've definitely needed alcohol to get through it. Oh wait, here we go. Browser. Full screen. And then window capture. Oi! Display capture. Or what about this? Android webcam server. Alright, so you deserve a break. I'm gonna turn the sound off here so that it's not just really annoying noise. There we go. Alright. Wait, why is that so small? Transform, fit to... Oi! Window capture 3. Why is that so small? Transform, fit to... That's not fit to screen. Anyway. Let's see if they've made a mess. I don't know if you can hear me. Good little sausage and little fancy. Sausages. Okay. Stop. Sorry, I don't know how much of that you could hear. I don't know if it went completely silent, but excuse me. Them was the bunnies. And I hope they brought you as much joy. Oh, no, I don't want to quit. As much joy as they give to me. How's that poll going? So we want to hang around at the con? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna grab a glass of water because I did drink a bunch of Prosecco, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so thank you for your patience here. I have some water now, and I also have whatever this is, some wafer things. Oh, I'm so sorry that the sound of the crowd like loops. That's annoying. Okay, convention center. Maybe I can hang around here and search for clues. I'm not sure what clues I can find, but it's better than doing nothing. I don't have a chance to take more than 2 steps, however, before one of the security guards catches my eye. Yep, Turk's the security guard. Excuse me, miss. I didn't realize that there was a thing. That there was the concept of, what's it called? Plainclothes security guards? Excuse me, miss. Oh, he's a rather tall man, though slender. And he has a very attractive face, like a film star. But why is he so good looking? It's making me feel kind of self-conscious. Now that I think about it, wow, she's having like a sexual awakening just all of a sudden. Now that I think about it, the clerk I met at Lyric's office was good looking too. Has Lyric employed people based on how beautiful they are? Undercover security guard. But this guy probably doesn't work for Lyric. It was just brought on for the event. He doesn't really look like a security guard, though I assume he is based on his tone of voice and stature. Miss? The security guard looks at me questioningly. Was I spacing out for a few moments? Crap. I need to pull myself together. Yes? I mean, yes? My voice sounds a little higher than usual, and my face flushes. Well, what is it? Oh, I think that's my mother in the laundry. I was thinking, that's a really loud weeing noise. I was wondering if there's anything I can help you with. You seem to be a bit lost. Oh. He's smiling. At least he isn't mad at me. Yes, there is. Can't see the queue? It's back there. You can't miss it. You arsehole. He laughs at his own joke. What? Can't see the queue is back there, you can't miss it? That was a joke? It'd be rude if I didn't. Well, I was just wondering where to buy a ticket. Looking for the volunteer sign-in table. I guess we want to volunteer, right? Looking for the volunteer sign-in table. Looking for the volunteer sign-in table. Oh, you want to volunteer, do you? Well, we just let anyone in. I saw on the Lyric website they accept volunteers for the event. But first we need to sign some kind of form. I looked around on the website, but I couldn't find one. I wasn't sure if I was meant to sign up here or not. No, actually, you were meant to sign up, like, weeks before the convention and undergo some training? That's right, the volunteer table is inside the entrance hall. This is such a lax convention. If you're interested, go ask one of our girls for a form, but you need to wait in queue like everyone else. Oh, and you need to have some form of valid ID. Do you see that on the website? I brought my passport! Then there are no problems. Oh, do I just go and wait? I giggle awkwardly, shifting from foot to foot. It's even busier than I imagined. You said that already. In self-talk. This is only a small event. It's nothing really. Incredible. This is like the headquarters. Yep. These virtual idols, but aren't actually virtual idols, are incredibly popular. I wish I could be this popular someday. Well, just become an android. Are you trying to be an idol too? Not an idol, an actor. I've been in a few indie films, but nothing major just yet. I'm waiting for my big break. So far, I've gotten a role as a security guard, but... So you're working as a security guard on the side? That's about the gist of it. Oh, but where are my manners? You don't want to hear about me. I bet you'd be more interested in learning about this event. You know, some of these people have been waiting out here since 7 in the morning. But really? Yep. That's hardcore fans for you. I guess you're pretty hardcore yourself, being here a whole hour early. Some of these people are intense. At bigger events, it's not unusual for people to queue a whole day in advance. You mean they sleep out in the streets? Oh, okay, no worries. Sleep well, Lilium. Thanks for joining us. They bring tents. It sure is something. I've spent a vast amount of money on Ico-related merch in my relatively short life, but even I can't imagine doing something like that. Well, apparently this is your first time going to see a concert, so... You're not that hardcore. Queuing for a scant hour sounds torturous enough as it is, but queuing for a whole day? On the street? Surrounded by strangers? That's way too much for me. Don't worry about it too much. There'll probably be a separate call for volunteers. You never know. He gives me a conspiratorial wink? You might be able to get in early. I hang around at the back of the line, wringing my hands awkwardly. A lot of people are dressed up. They're wearing all kinds of styles I've only ever heard about online. I've never seen a real gyaru in the flesh. But there are a whole flock of them here. What? Don't you live in Tokyo? Oh no, you live in Fukuoka. Guess that makes sense. If flock is indeed the correct pluralization for a group of gyaru. I fiddle with the sleeves of my jacket. All of a sudden I feel incredibly dressed down. It's like I've turned up for a wedding in a pair of slacks. Still, that's probably a good thing. I have no desire to stand out. Ahem, we have an announcement to make. All of a sudden, a disembodied voice rings through the plaza. It's crackly and distorted, coming through a series of speakers piled up near the entrance. The chattering of the crowds, thankfully, finally dies down. What? No, it isn't! I'm trying to figure out this language of the crowd. Is it Chinese? Is it Mandarin? Sorry, just bear with me. Is it Korean? I don't think it's Japanese. Anyway, sorry. This is the first call for volunteers. Is gyaru the kind of culture that's related to idol conventions? I don't think so, no. Gyaru is... Isn't gyaru the whole, like, anti-pop culture thing? It's a fashion subculture, rumored to be inspired by the popular late 1980s American action drama series Baywatch. What? I didn't know that. It's an exaggeration and overrepresentation of American teenage party culture in Japan. Anyway, there we go. This is the first call for volunteers. If anybody is registered to be a volunteer, can you please enter the building and get signed in? Thank you. I guess that's for me then. I duck out from the back of the line and take a step forwards when... Oh, I remember that person. They were in the opening credits. Makoto, wait! Don't leave me behind! Hana, oof. Yes, a wizard. I feel something smack against me from the side. A cannonball? No, it's just a person. What a surprise. Thankfully, she's not that heavy, though she's tall. Taller than I am. She's light as a feather. But you thought it was a cannonball! Is she like a bird? Maybe she has hollow bones. Oh my god. I grab her shoulders, holding her upright in a faux embrace. I'm knocked back a few inches, but we both manage to remain upright. Hey, are you alright? Uh-oh! The girl blinks at me, her eyes fill with tears. She's not seriously hurt, is she? But before I have a chance to ask, she suddenly squeals out, My hero, you're so cool! Clingy Girl is her name, and she pulls me into a tight, crushing hug. Forget my idle fancy about hollow bones. This girl, despite being light, is surprisingly strong. Wait, is she going to become a main character? Or is she just going to be a random character who comes in? I try to wriggle free from her embrace, but it's impossible. I can't breathe. I pass out. Game over. Please? Could you let go? Oh, of course, says Clingy Girl. The girl laughs awkwardly and takes a few steps back. I guess she didn't realize just how tightly she was clinging to me. Ugh! You reckon she's an android? Good guess. I just couldn't help myself. If it weren't for you, my cosplay would have been ruined. This dress took such a long time to sew, and I spent ages trying to pad out this bra, too. I wouldn't want all my efforts to be for nothing. Padding? Oh, it's a cross-dressing person. The girl gives me a peace sign. I know I don't really have the figure for it, but I love this character. Oh, okay, no, they're not cross-dressing necessarily. They mean a lot to me, so I wanted to give it a shot. Did I do a good job? No, now that she mentions it, I think I recognize this costume. I guess this girl is a little too tall for it, but she pulls it off rather well. The costume looks nice and her makeup has been applied carefully. Not that I know much about makeup. Some people get kind of weird about guys cosplaying female characters though. Huh, you're a guy? I thought her voice was a little deep, but I didn't expect that. Clingy boy? Question mark. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I know it's not very conventional, but we are at a con, so I thought I might as well dress up. I mean, it's just for fun. No, it's fine, I'm not uncomfortable. Well, Maybe the hug was a little too much, but it doesn't bother me that you're a guy. Why is this a conversation that's being had? Who the fuck cares? Well, that's a relief. He laughs cheerfully. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Anyway, I'm Usui Yasuda. Who introduces himself with their full name? Yasu. But you can just call me Yasu. And what is your name, my noble prince? Prince, is it? Being called a prince by somebody I've only just met is a little awkward. But, well, I mean, this whole situation is pretty damn awkward. And you're not helping. I don't think he means it maliciously. Why would you call someone prince maliciously? I'm Ogawa Hana. Hana, what a lovely name! And is this the first time you've been to a convention? That's right. I don't really know what to expect. They can be a little daunting if it's your first time. They're so loud and noisy, and a lot of people will want to take photos of you. Well, maybe not of you, since you're not dressed up. Oh yeah. But you might end up in a few shots all the same. Prince maliciously. I hope that doesn't make you too uncomfortable. God, what is it about this person and discomfort? I swallow. I should have thought about all this before. You know what? If you're a little anxious about this whole thing, maybe you should hang out with me. The more the merrier, right? No! Just get away. Well, if you don't mind. Of course not. But I'm also with my friend Makoto. Here she is now. Yasu waves to the newcomer. I turn, following his gaze. This Makoto is a young girl dressed as a robot. It's very impressive. It's a very impressive costume. Shiny fabric with a helmet over the head. It looks like a pain to walk around in though, especially in this heat. Cosplayers really are devoted to their craft. Hey Yasu, what on earth took you so long? It's a long story, but this girl just saved my outfit. I tripped and she caught me. Now I am forever in her debt. You know, you don't need to go that far. Just don't fall behind again, Yasu. You almost made me miss out on a photo opportunity. So... Makoto plants her hands on her hips. What's your new friend's name? Now that is a question. You just asked and she just said it! You know what? In all the excitement I seem to have forgotten. Oh, let's hear it again. Seriously, I can be quite scatterbrained sometimes. Oh, well now that's been established. Try all the time. My name is Ogawa Hana. Oh yes, Hana, I remember now. What a lovely name! You already said that. Makoto turns her head and glances at me. Her voice drops to a stage whisper. Why? Don't say that. Just ignore Yasu. He's always like this. Oh, Makoto, I'm hurt. It's true. So since Yasu seems to owe you his life or something, are you tagging along with us? If you don't mind. It's fine, I don't like people who slow me down, but then again, I came here with Yasu. You can't possibly be worse than he is. But Makoto, you're so cruel! Is this what our years of friendship boil down to? It's just been years of me bailing you out of stupid situations you've gotten yourself into. I feel like the author wants us to care about these people and be intrigued by them, but I don't actually care. I swear. Makoto shakes her head. Are you also volunteering, Hana? Yes, that was the general idea. Good, then let's get to the volunteer table. We're late enough as it is, thanks to a certain someone. I'm sorry, Mako. I promise I'll try my best. You do that, or I might go off with Hana and leave you all alone. No, Hana, I thought you were my prince, but you betrayed me. Give me my white pony. What pony? Yeah. I make it through the entrance, flanked on either side by my new companions, and enter the vendor's hall. Wow! The tables are piled with merch. There are figures, pillows, posters, keychains, and even bath towels! Oh my god! Hey there, call me an underscore! There's so much Aiko everywhere, it's unbelievable! A life-size cardboard cutout stands near one of the tables alongside that of the virtual idols Naomi and Vespa. There are flags and banners with Aiko face wherever I look, and posters all over the walls. I'm starting to get a headache, but in a good way! I've never seen so much Aiko outside of my own bedroom. Now, Hana, we're meant to be on duty. Oh yes, I'm sorry. I bow my head, my face flustered. I was so distracted by all the Aiko I forgot. The three of us were finally able to sign up to volunteer, and we were given a task. We should be standing guard in the vendor's hall, not wandering around aimlessly like tourists. What? But all the Aiko... If you think the merchandise is impressive, you should come and take a look at this. I wonder if I would be in this situation if I'd said that I was just gonna, like, get in the queue or something. Maybe the story would have gotten by a lot quicker. I'm now filled with regret. If you think that the merchandise is impressive, you should come take a look at this! Yasu takes me by the hand. I'm gonna burp. I follow him, stumbling over my feet. My cheeks flush. I've never held hands with a boy before. Even if that boy is dressed up like a girl. Hey Yasu, where are you going? Showing our new friend something cool. He leads me into a different room. I stand there dumbly, blinking. Ah. A soft sound falls from my lips. My heart skips a beat. There's the stage. They're setting up the stage. The stage! For Aiko's performance! I don't have much of a chance to stare, however, because something breaks my concentration. My phone is vibrating against my thigh. Who could that be? I fish my phone out of my pocket. I bypass the lock screen, then check the new notification. It's a message from my old friend, Heart Song. Have you made it to the convention safely, Miss Acidic Flower? Is she checking up on me? She sounds almost like a grandma asking about their grandkid, even though I am also apparently a grandma because I like seaweed. Next she'll be patting me on the head and offering me money on New Year's. Just like, you know, it happens in Japan. I'm here, don't worry, I'm standing in front of the stage. You are? That's perfect. Could you look up, please? I have something to show you. I wonder what that could be. I lift my head and... Aiko stands there, smiling in all her glory. Her peach-colored hair frames her sweet, innocent face. I've seen plenty of images of Aiko online, and my whole room is a shrine to her visage, but I'd never seen her so close before. She looks so warm and squishy. Kind of want to give her a hug. The hologram of Aiko glances about. Is she looking for something? Someone? Me? The moment Aiko catches sight of me in the crowd, she smiles and gives me a wink. But how does she know that's you? There's like 3 people there. There's you and 2 others. You're not alone. It's weird. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I can't believe it. Aiko, it's the real Aiko. This can't be real. Was Heart Song telling the truth the whole time? Is she really the real Aiko? My phone buzzes again. I glance at the screen. Did you see me? I don't know what you look like, but I can find the location of your phone through the convention center's Wi-Fi. Oh, you use Wi-Fi? You don't use, like, AI or anything? I tried to direct my gaze in that direction. Stalker. No, we'll just say, yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. It gave me quite a shock. If you need further proof, I can do it again. Look! I look again, as per Heart Song's No, Aiko's instructions. Aiko started to rehearse one of her songs. I recognize her movements. The steps are familiar to me, though I know as much about dancing as I do crochet, that is to say, nothing. Wait, where is she? This is a dance for Lost and Found, a song that topped the Oricon charts last year. In the midst of the choreography, however, Aiko suddenly does something unusual. She tilts her head, glancing in my direction, and makes a heart sign with her fingers. So cute! Did Lost and Found always go like that? Oh, thanks for following, LB! Oh, welcome, welcome! You have memories of MILF Lover 69. Oh, I think we all have memories of MILF Lover 69 now. Maybe the update of the choreography for this concert. That's so exciting! Yeah! Aiko's so adorable! The crowd around me cheers, but I remain silent. I thought it was empty. My mouth is dry. I don't know what to say. There's nothing I can say out loud. Like, why are people allowed in there during the rehearsal? Even if I tried, Aiko wouldn't be able to hear me, but I can always communicate through my phone. Technology has saved us yet again. Fine, I have no choice but to believe you after that performance. Now what? Ugh, I hate you. But I don't get to see what Aiko says in reply. Hey, excuse me, says Tall Man. A tall man is meandering around in the crowd. He's wearing a shirt and tie and he looks more like a staff member than a visitor. But his expression is completely lost. For some reason he looks familiar, but I can't quite place my finger on it, even though I saw him literally yesterday. Have I met him somewhere before? Like myself, the other convention goers seem a bit put out by this man's appearance. They start tutting amongst themselves, and a little girl to my right rolls her eyes and mumbles something under her breath. Though Aiko was only rehearsing a few dance moves, I think everybody got into it. I bet they're annoyed at having this unwanted interlope interrupt. I'm not sure where this action is taking place, especially the people who are recording the event on their cell phones. This is an announcement on behalf of Lyric. We're going to be setting up for a while, so we would appreciate if you could try not to make too much noise. It will interfere with the sound checks. In fact, it would be better if you could try and clear out of this area so it isn't too crowded. Thank you. What, really? Is Aiko? What's happening? That's, so harsh. But we want to see Aiko. I know you feel strongly about this, but this is for your sake? It's to ensure you can experience the most enjoyable concert imaginable. The harried-looking Lyric employee turns, ready to make a hasty retreat. But in his desire to escape the crowds, he trips over his own feet. Fortunately, I've garnered more than enough experience about trips and falls over the last week to last me a lifetime, and I'm able to help the poor man before he face plants on the ground. Thank you. He sniffles, almost pathetically grateful. All of a sudden, I realize why he looks so familiar. It's the man I bumped into at the Virtual Net Cafe 1 week ago! He was laden with 2 cardboard carriers and very nearly spilled scalding coffee over me. Fortunately, he didn't, and I'm not suffering from 3rd-degree burns. He seems to recognize me too, though I should just be another face out of many in this fast-shifting sea. Maybe it's the déjà vu. Wait, what? What déjà vu? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't make a habit of bumping into pretty girls, I swear. She's 15! Fuck off! You think I'm pretty? Forget that. Just forget it. Jesus Christ, he takes an awkward step back, even shyer than I am, and bumps right into a young woman. The woman winces, staggering, and rubs her hip with one hand. Unlucky woman. Could you please be a bit more careful? She's always so happy. I'm sorry. That's what everybody says. The woman starts mumbling darkly to herself, her lips pursed. They all apologize, but they keep bumping into me or knocking me over or spilling things on me. It's almost like I don't exist. I hope she becomes crucial to the plot by the end of the story. I'm sorry, I really am sorry. Hideki bows his head, his whole face burning. It's kind of funny, really, considering the woman is a good 8 inches shorter than he is. What exactly does he think she could do to him? Well, given how she's mumbling under her breath, maybe she could put a curse on him. She looks a bit like the sort who dabble in black magic with all that dark hair. Oi! What? Anyway, and also you live in Japan! If you live in... Anyway, my name's Hideki, Nishida Hideki. I never got a chance to apologize to you for running into you earlier, Miss Ogawa Hana, I say for the 200th time. Miss Ogawa. He nods. For some reason, he looks relieved. Is he glad I'm not shouting at him? Do people shout at him a lot? He seems like the type. Well, this is kind of against company policy, but whatever. I'm in enough trouble as it is, and I've run into you twice now. I need to apologize somehow. You already apologized. Yeah, but since I'm an employee at Lyric, I can give you a more meaningful apology. What? You really don't have to. But I want to! I gulp. He isn't going to kowtow to me in the middle of this crowded convention center, is he? Do you know that kowtow is from Chinese? Isn't that cool? What does it mean again? Kowtow origin. I found out the original ke-to, which is like to knock your head. Ke-to. Anyway, he isn't going to kowtow to me in the middle of this crowded convention center, is he? If he does, I think I might die. I'll seriously die. Hideki glances to my left and right at my newfound companions and blinks. Tell you what, I'll try and make amends for being such a You've just said that like 10 lines ago! I was told to clear out this area, so and you've already done... Sorry, there's so much repetition. I was told to clear out this area so we can rehearse for tomorrow's concert, but I've inconvenienced you enough, so I'll make an exception. You can stick around for a bit and watch us set up the stage if you want. Your friends are welcome to come and watch too, so long as you lend us a hand with some other bits and pieces. We're actually a little short-staffed and we could use help, and since you're volunteers... But we're supposed to be on door duty, we were given clear instructions. But Mako, this is a lyric employee, we can't turn him down. We can and we should. I don't want to desert my post, it would make us look incredibly unreliable, and what would the security staff do without us? I'll let the security staff know you'll be helping us out, it'll be fine. And what is it that you do at Lyric exactly? Mako, you don't need to interrogate him, you're not a detective. Well, I'm sorry I don't trust every single stranger I meet. I'm like, he's probably got like a name tag or something? Yes, you're a very smart girl, but we should hear this nice man out. He seems to know Hana at least. So that's right, I might have bumped into him once or twice. He doesn't seem very reliable if you ask me. I'm part of the PR team, but I'm just an intern. I haven't been with Lyric very long, so I hope you'll forgive me if I screw up. Why are you bowing to me? You draw it out of people, Mako. Oh, please. Makoto, the world's tiniest but most intimidating robot, rolls her eyes. At least I think she does. It's hard to tell beneath that helmet. Security should not be handled by volunteers in cosplay. I agree. If you're that desperate for help, I guess we can do it. I don't know who elected Makoto as our group spokesperson, but Hideki accepts her final judgment with relief. He bows to her again deeply, his eyes shining. Thank you so much. Shining with tears? Yeah. You see the three people standing by the sound booth? They're also part of the PR team. Just tell them you're there to help. Now I gotta dash. I don't think the interns have that kind of responsibility. Or... I mean, just from my experience having worked in Japanese work environments, I don't think that last-minute decision would fly coming from an intern. It just seems like that's the sort of thing that would get you fired. Just getting three randos to come up and help. That's not how things work. And he's off. Makoto, Yasu, and I watch as Hideki dashes off, quite literally. He very nearly mows over a few convention attendees as he does so. A few of them shout after him, but I don't think Hideki can hear them. Well, I guess we've been roped into something annoying. I think it sounds like fun. You would say that. You always say that. Learn to live a little, Mako. Don't pat my head. Oh, I think we found a tsundere. So, should we go see the PR team? I guess we have no choice. We make our way over to the sound booth just like Hideki directed us. It's round the back of the stage, but there aren't any crowds here. There are three figures manning the booth, all clad in suits. They all look tired and crumpled. Wearing a suit in this weather can't be a pleasant experience. Excuse me, a young man named Hideki sent us here. We're volunteers. Oh, you are? One of the figures in suits gives us a winning smile, though it seems a bit worn about the edges. He must be in his 30s, and that's a generous estimate. Oldie. And he might have pulled a couple of all-nighters while planning this convention, but one word lodges itself inside my skull and refuses to leave. Playboy. Now, is that better or worse than incompetent? Jeez. Rude? I'm Kitamura Ryoichi, and this gloomy guy here is my second in command, Arata Kenji. Speak for yourself. What? Speak for yourself? As in, he's gloomy as well? I don't understand why you would say that. The lovely lady is Fukuda Sayori. We make up the PR team for Lyric. Well, not all the team. Sheena had to attend a funeral, and Maeda suddenly got hit with a summer cold, so we're down to 2 members of staff. We should be fine if only Sheena had told us about the funeral earlier. I doubt she knew our grandmother was going to bite the dust 6 days before the convention, Sayuri. I know, but it's all so frustrating. It's nice to know you have your priorities sorted. I'll be sure to tell Sheena you said that. Don't please, let's not cause any more drama in the office. But I happen to love drama. Plan your funerals at least 6 months in advance. I know, right? Well, I happen to love drama, Sayuri, my dear. I know you do. It's a bad habit of yours. Sayuri looks unimpressed. So too does Kenji, but for a different reason, I think. So are you saying our intern sent you here? He practically begged. That sounds like Hideki, alright. I don't understand the white around the sides of the mouths. It really sounds like they've been doing... It looks like they've been eating cocaine or something. He has no pride. Maybe because you stamped it all out of him. So, what do you need help with? Just tell us and we'll do it. We could probably have you set up the official lyric booth in the main hall. Like the table and the tablecloth and maybe some of the posters. Not the merch though. We can do that. I thought the merch tables were already set up. I saw them in the vendors hall. They're the unofficial tables, the dojin tables, if you will, for people selling homemade items. The official lyric booth is a bit bigger. What? That merch was all unofficial? You didn't know? Conventions like this are always filled with hobbyists who want to sell their merchandise. Wow, that's allowed? That's kind of cool. They mostly specialize in art prints, but you can get keychains and garage kit models? It's pretty neat. I think it's a waste of time. It costs a lot of money to book a stall here, and most people spend a lot to produce their goods. Most wouldn't even break even. Come on, Mako, it's not about the money, it's about the experience. This is why you're perpetually in debt, Yasu. Like, how old are you? In debt. Yasu sticks out his tongue playfully. But we can't see it. Guilty as charged. So the merch table, can you help us? I glanced back at the stage wistfully. Hideki said we could watch them setting up the stage, and I wanted to see Aiko perform a little longer. But I guess there's always a concert tomorrow. Oh, is there another day of this? The build your own garage gets, yeah, I don't know what that means. No problem, just leave it to us. Alright, that's an attitude I can get behind. Put it there. Ryoichi extends his fist towards Yasu. Yasu bumps their fists together. They laugh. How can Yasu get along with Ryoichi so well? They've only just met. What? I don't get it. Right, if you care to follow me. Ryoichi leads us away from the performance hall, through the vendor's hall, and to the main hall. There are a few people milling about, but Ryoichi waves them away. We can't let you handle the merch without permission, I'm afraid. You can dress the tables. We have some banners and tablecloths in these boxes here. You good? Yes, sir! Yasu salutes and Ryoichi laughs. Oh, we get to work peeling off packing tape and unpacking boxes. I wish I had my trusty knife I could use to cut open the tape, but that's back at home in the kitchen. Use my hands is fine, I guess, but it's not as satisfying. Not that I have an obsession with sharp, pointy weapons or anything. While we work, the other members of the PR team come over and start talking to Ryoichi. Their voices are hushed and low, but I can catch a few snatches of conversation. So it looks like Yuko arrived. Finally, what on earth was she doing? Who knows? That girl is so unreliable, energetic, but she has no concept of deadlines. Kenji Tuts. What was it that we had before? Kenji Tuts! That happened. The last picture I've got. Sorry, I'm gonna save that last picture. Kenji Tuts 1, and now let's make Kenji Tut again. Print screen. Save as Kenji Tuts 2. Let's see if we can make a collection of these. Does anybody know about Rei? She'll be coming with her mother soon. Should she sit behind a table so she doesn't get overstimulated? Sounds like a good idea, Sayori, honey. You'd think that he would say something like, Sayori-chan! Because this is, you know, Japan. Honey? Just roll with it. Trying out a new catchphrase. Over my dead body. Fine, I was just trying to relieve some tension, but what? But about Rei, there'll be a lot of noise and it's dangerous for her to be around crowds. We better take care of her, Mr. Himura will let us have it. There's that too, of course. Why do we need to babysit Rei anyway? It wouldn't kill Papa Dearest to see her, would it? He'll be too busy. You know the tech team are busy. I guess. Leia's going to take part in a handshaking event at the main merch booth. What is a handshaking event? Does anyone know? But she isn't singing. She won't be here for too long. Maybe an hour or two. I know about Leia, of course. Most people do. She caused quite a media sensation when she was signed by Lyric last year. She's blind, which is already enough to cause a stir, but she's also very young. She has a good voice, though. Even though she's not going to sing? What? As for Yuko, well, she used to go to my school. Wait. As in Hana? Like, is this a protagonist talking? It's so difficult to tell. And how about the virtual idols? We're not in the best of situations, but Aiko should be at least functional for the show. Are you sure? Sure as the sky's blue, Kazuki knows what he's doing. He's smart. Are they talking about Aiko? Meet and greet, maybe? Yeah, I guess so. Handshake? That's weird. I strained my ears trying to pick out more details when... excuse me, Hana. I'm sorry if you had more important things to do, but in case you didn't realize, we're supposed to be working. Oh, I'm sorry, Hermione. I don't want to incur Makoto's wrath. Then she might start treating me like she treats Yasu. That would be miserable indeed. Let's do one more scene and then call it a night. Like, oh! These are so not the right clothes to wear while setting up tables. That's what I told you, Mako. You should have worn something a little airier like this. Yasu does a spin. His skirt flutters around his legs. Makoto frowns. At least I think she does. The helmet makes it impossible to tell. Ooh. Don't do that in public. It's indecent. What? Why? Nobody can see anything. Besides, I'm wearing safety shorts. Is that a thing? I should hope so too, or you get arrested for indecent exposure. The grumpy little robot sighs. Hey, Hana, do you think you could pick me up something to drink? I go myself, but it's hard to walk around in this thing. Or drink, I assume. You know, you have a very beautiful assistant here to help you. Yes, but you probably fall over your own feet. Moi? I would never. I've known you long enough, Yasu. I know what you're like. Yasu pouts, poking the tips of his index fingers together. You see what she's like, Hana? She's evil. Oh, maybe you deserve it? I have faith in you, Yasu. Don't worry, I have faith in you, Yasu. Ah, really? That's right. I mean, I'm sure there are some things you're good at. You'd think that, wouldn't you? Oh, Mako, you are mean. Anyway, I guess I'll find the nearest vending machine then. Is there anything you want? Something cold. Oh, I want orange squash. It's just like shorts you wear over your underwear if you're wearing a skirt or dress, right? In case it blows up so people don't see your underwear, they only see shorts, right? I'm just guessing. I don't wear like skirts or dresses, so I'm not really sure of the etiquette of this sort of thing. Sure thing. I just hope they're planning to reimburse me for this. Makoto is pretty sensible, so I can't imagine she'd let things like debt slide, but Yasu is a little... I think so. Right. Before you go, we should probably share contact information. I don't want us getting separated. Makoto pulls her phone out of her pocket. I didn't even realize her costume had pockets. Do robots usually have pockets? But if she made the outfit herself, I guess she factored practicality into it. As practical as you can be when wearing a bodysuit in the middle of August. Do you have Paku Paku? Yeah, I'm acidic flower. I'm Go Gadget Mako. I'll add you right now. Oh no, we're gonna start to get messages from everyone, and I'm culprit.yasu. I'll add you too. And if you buy the drinks from a stall, make sure you keep the receipts. I want to pay you back the exact amount I owe you. It's fine to use a vending machine, but then you need to remember how much you spent, okay? Okay, you can stop off and get yourself a snack too. Just don't mix the tabs, okay? I don't want to pay for whatever you've eaten. I'm not that generous. This is quite a bit to remember. I'm not bad at math. I get good grades at least, but the convention center is so loud and noisy, trying to retain numbers in my head for too long might be a bit of a chore. Just get one thing and come back, jeez. At least Makoto has high expectations. Does that mean she trusts me? I didn't think I'd meet anybody new at this convention, but I guess I've given Mom a reason to be proud of me after all. Looks like I really did manage to make some friends. Who would have thought? Well, that was the end of one scene. But let's at least get back to Let's get that drink. I'm kind of curious as to where this goes. I wonder where the nearest vending machine is. I made my way back to the vendor's room. Wait, why are you talking in the past tense now? What? Anyway, I made my way back to the vendor's room as it seemed like the busiest place in the convention. I thought, given the sheer volume of people here, there'd be a vending machine or two, but I miscalculated. There was one at the start, at the entrance of the convention center, at least in the image. I miscalculated. There are so many people, I can't see beyond them to the other side of the room. More riveting phone conversations. I know, I can't wait. They're like an impenetrable wall. They're all chatting loudly, showing off their latest purchases, pausing to take photos, and they're all smiling too. Looks like everyone's having a good time. Naturally, this makes me feel miserable. It's not because I don't want other people to enjoy themselves, of course. I'm not that petty. At least I don't think I am. It's just a little depressing, I guess? This is why I don't leave my room for... What? Well, when I see other people in large groups having fun with their friends, it makes me feel like some kind of alien. Like, I'm not a normal high school girl. I mean, to be fair, your hair is short and choppy, so you're not. I never go out and I don't have any friends. Not really. I know it sounds kind of pathetic, but you'd probably call it jealousy. At least when I'm alone in my room, I don't need to be reminded that other people, normal people, can go out and socialize and actually enjoy themselves. They make it look so effortless. Why then do I find the art of small talk so insanely difficult? Just don't do small talk! I very, very rarely do small talk, and all that means is that people who aren't interested in talking about interesting things go away, and then interesting people gravitate towards me. Like, that's all you do. I've mastered, you know, as someone with social anxiety, I've mastered the art of making friends, and it's basically like, you know, doing whatever the hell you want. Jeez. I mean, sorry, yeah, I shouldn't be too mean, because that was probably me in high school, right? No, not really. I was never, like, I never actually cared. Because I never had difficulty making friends, so I guess I should really just shut up about this, because this obviously isn't applying to me. I always found it quite easy, despite having social anxiety, because I guess I just never really cared so much what people thought of me. So it didn't really matter, you know? This game's made me think and reflect. I don't know, like when I was 15, I guess, yeah, I don't know, maybe this probably isn't about me, which is fine. It's like I'm playing through life on hard mode and everybody else discovered some kind of cheat, but they won't tell me what it is. Kind of interesting, isn't it, though? Like, the fact that I had social anxiety, but I never really had trouble making friends. I think my problem's always been that I make friends too easily. And then I get anxious about maintaining those friendships. There you go. But hanging by the wall, thinking self-pitying thoughts isn't going to help me fulfill Makoto's request. I need to look for a vending machine. I just hope there's one here. I detach myself from the wall and breathe in deeply, trying to garner the confidence required to take a single step when... my cell phone beeps. Oh, thank God! I was just in suspense. Is it Aiko? Go Gadget Mako. Hey, Hana, sorry about this, but you don't need to fetch the drinks after all. Change of plans. What's wrong? Ryoichi sent Hideki out for drinks. He said it was their treat. We're good. Yasu got his orange juice? Yes, he was very happy about it. Does that mean I should come back? We finished setting up the booth. Yasu and I were going to find you, but the cosplay group got hold of Yasu and dragged him off to a photo shoot. What about you? I decided to go with him. You know what he's like. I can't leave him on his own. How long do you think he'll be? Cosplay group seemed quite insistent. It could be at least an hour? What? Oof. When I was 15, I was not able to do anything by myself. I just followed others around. I was timid and made new friends, even though I wanted to. Oh, that's I hope that you're more comfortable in your whole situation now. You seem to be doing much better. I mean, that's me being parasocial, but like, at least from what you've said, you seem to be sort of more comfortable in sort of your situation. Yeah. When you were 15, that shit can really feel like the end of the world because you're so dependent in so many ways. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I was pretty dependent on my friends, yeah. And I remember, like, my best friend changed schools and sort of moved away in the middle of high school, and I never really... that kind of felt like a betrayal to me, and our friendship sort of drifted apart because I got really jealous of her, I guess, moving on. So I guess in that sense I can relate. The cosplay group seemed quite insistent. It could be at least an hour. Actually, that friend has moved to London very recently, and I'm thinking when I go back to Liverpool, we might be able to rekindle that friendship. So, you know, all's well that ends well, right? 20 years later. A whole hour? Really? And here I was getting excited over the prospect of actually having friends. I didn't expect those friends to ditch me, so I thought, they've just gone to a cosplay thing! They've added you to social media! It's not like the fact that they've moved into a different room means that they're not your friend anymore. Yeah, I think sort of having lots and lots and lots of friends, like that concept is very overrated. It genuinely doesn't suit everyone. I definitely am quite introverted and I get so exhausted. I often have to like cancel like big group events that I'm attending because it's just too overwhelming, the idea. Even though I like all those people, I don't need them. And in fact, it can actually have a detrimental effect on me to hang out with all of them and to have a great time. And I will have a great time, but I'll just be like dead for a week afterwards. So I think definitely like in the media and all that, we sort of emphasize the greatness of how good it is to have lots of people who like you and who you get along with. And there are good things about it, but like, I think not everyone is really comfortable in that situation. Some people, I mean, I'm one of those people who much prefers to have like a few really, really good friends who I share everything with, and then just everyone else is more like an acquaintance and I can sort of take him or leave him. Yeah, anyway. If Hana is not used to it, the slight paranoia makes sense. I suppose so, yeah. This sounds like ill brain lies. Yeah, I should get more, like, I'm too hung up about, like, some of the poor writing in this game, whereas this actually seems like it is a genuine thing that happens to some people, so I shouldn't be picking on this particular aspect. She must have been excited at the prospect of doing her new friends a favor, and now she doesn't get to. Very good point. Right, what do you want me to do then? I'm sorry about this, Hana. Really, we weren't trying to leave you behind. Things came up. What? Should I come and see you? You could, but there are a few things going on I think you'd be interested in. Like what? There's a handshake event scheduled to start at Lyric's booth in half an hour. I mean, you've got their social media thing, so just keep in touch, yeah? You ever heard the conversation, right? It's for Yuko and Rei. Yasu and I aren't really into them, but I know you like them, so maybe you could go get a photo with them? I don't know, I don't like crowds. We're just trying to have fun. It'll be more fun than hanging around with a group of squealing cosplayers who don't understand personal boundaries, at least. Coming from Makoto, that seems like an unusually long speech. I get the feeling she isn't the kind of girl who wastes words. What? This level of consideration sets my heart at ease. Aww, I guess there are fun things I can do, even if I am on my own. I mean, like, you were quite happy being on your own before. Hey there, PGBM! We finally got some realness in this story with a little bit of social anxiety from someone who's not used to making friends. Jeez. A Yuko and Rei handshake event, huh? I guess that sounds interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Rei, though I do like her voice, but Yuko. My old senior from high school, Yuko. I wonder if she'll recognize me. Yeah, she did say she was happy being alone. A lot. And now she's like, oh. The only question is, where is this event taking place? Hana did eventually open up the package. I think? Oh wait, no! She talked about opening it, but I can't remember if she actually genuinely did. That's interesting. I glanced around for a few moments, confused, as though this will help me orient myself. Of course, it doesn't. It really is busy around here. If there's an official event going on, there should be a large crowd of people queuing up for it. But there's so many people everywhere, I can't see any one spot that looks more crowded than the rest. So basically what's happened, to catch you up, is that, so Hana has been requested by Aiko, this idol, who is like someone who, like, Hana is Aiko's biggest fan, and she's been asked to help her try and track down her head programmer who went missing. And now she's at a convention, an Aiko convention, like an idol convention, and she's made 2 friends in this basically. Oh, and also, like, 2 of the people at work are having a secret, like, yaoi affair, which just kind of came out of nowhere. And I'm assuming that'll lead somewhere at some point, but we'll see. Maybe I should ask somebody? I pause for a few moments, dithering. When? It is still the convention, yes. I'm afraid so. Hey! I hear a voice coming from my right. I turn my head, blinking. Cat girl, hi there! There's a girl standing before me, her arms linked behind her back. Though she's a little shorter than I am, the white cat ears protruding from her equally white hair add a few inches to her. Cat ears themselves are peculiar enough. I assume they're not real. What? But her skin is a strange pale blue color. Is that makeup? If it is, it's rather evenly and convincingly applied. She must be a cosplayer, but she's rather devoted to her craft. Oh, this... Part of me wants to give her a closer look, but maybe it would be rude to stare? The girl seems to have noticed my curious glance, however, because her lips quirk upwards into a small smile. What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen a cat girl before? Not one with blue skin, no. Or bright purple eyes. What an interesting color combination. Well, I'm not just any ordinary cat girl, I'm also an AI. Are you talking about the character you're dressed as? The character, sure, let's go with that. I don't really understand. Don't worry your pretty head about it, this is a convention after all. Anything can happen. Evidently. So aren't you meant to be a volunteer? She gestures towards the badge secured to my chest, that mischievous smile still dancing on the corners of her lips. Ugh. Why does it feel like she's teasing me? That's right, I'm a volunteer. Then I was wondering if you could help me with something. Do you know where the handshake event is taking place? The one with today? I was actually wondering that myself. Huh? The girl raises a neatly plucked eyebrow. Sorry, I don't pay enough attention to people's appearances to sort of know what constitutes a neatly plucked eyebrow. You're a volunteer and you don't even know where all the events are being held? Mostly, I was setting up tables. What tables? I thought the vendors had to set their own tables up. I mean, I was helping at Lyric's official booth. You know where Lyric's booth is? Yes, why? Hey, the girl smirks. You're not the brightest bulb in the box now, are you? And what's that supposed to mean? Oh, don't get so worked up about it. I'm just saying the handshaking event is officially sponsored by Lyric. I mean, it involves all their idols, especially their darling Day. This was good background listening until Catgirl started to be said. I apologize. If it's going to be held anywhere, it'll be held at their booth. It's simple logic. Doesn't it follow? I guess. Good, so you do have some brain cells after all. I was starting to worry. You, Anata! I grit my teeth together. I don't usually get angry with people, but this girl is seriously trying my patience. Even when she's not talking, it feels like she's laughing at me. I can see the mockery in her expression. Does she even want to go to the handshaking event, or did she just come over to mess with me? Well, now we know where we're going. Would you mind leading the way? I don't really want to show her where Lyric's booth is, but I am a volunteer. If I refuse, I'm making in trouble. And anyway, I want to see Yuko too. At least I think I do, but now I'm not so sure. This strange girl has shaken my confidence, and now I can't stop thinking about worst-case scenarios. What if Yuko makes fun of me? It's not like Yuko ever teased me at school or anything. I don't think she'd know I exist if our mothers weren't friends. But she's a trainee idol now, whereas I'm still plain ordinary Hana. You're still at school! Jeez. I don't know if I can face her. What should I do? Why would anyone use that amount of saves? So what are we gonna do? I assume that if we do that, then that means that, like, I don't go to the booth either. Whereas I want to go to the booth, I just don't want to go with the cat girl. Oh, why don't we like click it and then we'll go back and we'll change our mind. Actually, I'm not going to go to the event for myself, which is a lie, but the thought of seeing Yuko is rather painful right now. But I can give you directions. So you don't want to come? I can't. I need to stay here and give people like you directions. But you didn't know where the event was yourself until a few moments ago. Girl looks at me smirking thinly like a cat who's just cornered a juicy mouse. Is it because of me? Do I intimidate you? What? No, not at all. Heh, I wonder. The idols apparently are not virtual at all, even though they're called virtual idols. They are androids. Some people are real people, and some of them are androids. I'm not a very good liar, you know, miss. So, like, the whole virtual thing was not true. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, nothing. If you really don't want to come along, it's fine, but you'll be missing out. I don't care. I answer a little more stiffly than usual, my fingers tensing at my sides. I don't really want to talk to this girl anymore. Wanting her to leave as soon as possible, I start giving her a list of directions. She nods her head, and when I'm finished, she gives me a small bow. Well, thank you very much for your time. Just don't be too lonely without me. With that, she departs through the busy crowd. I watch her for a few moments, my shoulders tensed. My body doesn't relax until she finally vanishes from sight. What? What just happened there? In the end, Makoto and Yasu are busier for longer than any of us and... What? Busier for longer than any of us anticipated. Busy for longer than any of us anticipated. Yep. After Yasu finishes an impromptu shoot with a group of fellow cosplayers, Makoto gets dragged away by a reporter for the local paper doing a piece on the convention. Several hours pass and the first day of the convention comes to a close. I wait by the entrance hall. It's mostly devoid of people now. I feel like we probably should... Yeah. Let's do it. I bite my lower lip trying to stop these noxious thoughts from clouding my mind. I need to stop being so paranoid. That's something my mother tells me. I'm sure everything will be fine. Actually, I was going to the handshake event myself. Let's go together. Alright then. The girl grins and bows, holding one gloved hand before me. Ladies first. Aren't you also a lady? Nope, being a lady sounds incredibly dull. I'd much rather be a cat girl. Oh, I hate her. Right. I'm not quite sure I follow. I don't know who this girl is, but she really is getting in character. Oh well, as soon as the convention's over, I won't have to see her again. Like, she talks about being she explicitly said she's AI, and you've already established that, like, Aiko is real. Anyway, it's probably for the best if I don't think about her too much. You look awfully familiar. Yuko peers at me, her fingers beneath her chin. She could be an antiquarian appraising a vase from the Heian period. Not that I'd have much worth as a vase. You can't even store flowers inside me. Ugh. I get that a lot. Are people always mistaking you for somebody else? Yeah, kinda. Well, you do have that sort of face. A plain face. I could be anybody, really. Just another piece of flotsam caught up in the tide. Who cares about my name anyway? But Yuko seems to. She leans in even closer, her eyes narrow. I shrink back, suddenly overcome by shyness. Why did I think I could greet my old senior like it's nothing? I never spoke to her at school, so why would I be able to speak to her now? She's become a trainee idol. The gulf between us is far too large. Doesn't help that she's so pretty. The girl next to her, Ray, is similarly pretty, but more adorable than sexy. Did I just think of Yuko as sexy? I must be getting tired. Oh my god. Why is she wearing a backpack? Ray has a short, almost childish stature. She's a child! She's 15 years old! And her hair is cut short. Is it choppy though? Some of her bangs fall in front of her eyes, but I guess that doesn't matter. Alright. After all, she is blind. Thanks for pointing that out again. I think I heard rumors that proceeds from her appearances and concerts are meant to go towards new state-of-the-art laser surgery to help alleviate her eye problems. But she's been working at Lyric for over a year and nothing like that has happened yet. That surgery must be incredibly expensive. I have a hat like that. I suppose I should feel sorry for... Hey, why? under other circumstances, but why should I? She's an idol, and not only that, but an incredibly popular one. Why should you feel sorry for someone who just happens to be blind? Like, I'm sure they're perfectly fine. I think her sad backstory, oh no, is partially why she's so beloved. She's like some kind of tragic heroine from a shoujo manga. Just because she's not like us sighted people doesn't mean that she's like at an inherent... I don't know. Yuko, on the other hand, is not nearly as renowned. Most of the people queuing up have come to say Rei, not Yuko. Since I'm a cynical person, I'm almost inclined to believe that Yuko was asked to man woman this booth solely so she can watch out for Rei. But it wouldn't be very polite to ask. Hey Yuko, you're holding up the line. But I know this girl, I definitely know her. You also know Miss Ogawa? Ogawa? Are we in the presence of a celebrity? Rei's soft little voice, so free of guile, makes my cheeks burn red. As if I'm a celebrity. I don't look the part with my choppy brown hair and boring clothes. My family name, however, is enough of a hint for Yuko. Oops. She nods in sudden recognition, clapping her hands together. Ah, now I remember. Drink. Oh, I wish I had some drinks left. Yeah, like, I mean, the thing, it's a tough one because, yeah, I can completely on the one hand understand that, like, you know, having to live in a world that's designed for the seeing, you know, it puts you at an inherent disadvantage, but, like, it's that whole, it sort of reeks a little bit of the whole thing where when people have disabilities, we who don't have the disability feel sorry for them. You know? And then if they do something, if they achieve something, we're like, oh, you know, it's very inspiration porn kind of thing. And it, I don't know, it kind of, it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Yeah. Ah, now I remember. Yeah, like acknowledging the issues is one thing, but like feeling sorry for someone, I think, I don't know, like, I mean, speaking as someone who, you know, for example, has severe anxiety and social anxiety and things like that, if people kept talking about how they felt sorry for me, that would really piss me off. Even though, like, there are times in my life when it is quite debilitating, you know, like, it means that I can't, I mean, at the moment, I'm having, like, a really rough time with anxiety and just feeling very paralyzed isn't the right word, but, like, I can't really focus on anything, you know? Which is happening for a number of reasons. To the point where I do very little during the day right now. And that's really hard. But, like, I don't want people to feel sorry for me. You know, and I feel like if I were in another position, like, I would imagine a physical disability is the same thing. Like, I've got a few, one of my best friends has a physical disability, and she's told me as well about, like, how she gets really pissed off when, like, her own doctor is always congratulating her for doing a PhD, you know, because of the fact that, like, having cerebral palsy apparently precludes you from ever achieving anything in your life. And you know what I mean? It's just kind of, yeah, it's very infantilizing is the thing. And autism as well, that's another one. Like, it's a thing where, like, being neuroatypical is just like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know? The fact that, you know, if you've never not been autistic, you don't really experience the world any other way. So, you know, it doesn't mean anything to have people say, no, it's just kind of assy. Yeah, I get that. It seems to be something that happens with mental illness, with like autism spectrums, ADHD, things like that, physical disabilities and intellectual disabilities, mental disabilities, things like that. Like any kind of like chronic condition always seems to end up with, you know, that sort of like a pat on the back because you got out of bed I mean, sometimes, you know, like if you've got severe depression, sometimes you might want that pat on the back. You know, acknowledgement that it can be quite difficult. But like, you know, yeah, it's very nuanced, and the way that it's portrayed here just sort of like rolls my eyes. I mean, sort of makes me roll my eyes. In a way, it is helpful. It tells you up front that they're not going to take you seriously, so you can guard yourself against that. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but still, it'd be nicer if they could just leave you alone in the first place. Ah, now I remember. The sudden harsh sound makes Rei wince. Hideki sighs. Sorry, Rei. Can you try and be a little less enthusiastic, Yuko? No, it's fine. I'm quite alright. I can tell Miss Yuko is excited about something. I am excited. I know who you are. You're Ogawa Hana. Yuko dives across the table and grabs hold of my hands. Ah, I thought I was the one who was supposed to be shaking her hand, not the other way around. Why didn't you tell me before, silly? I would have recognized you in a heartbeat. But you didn't. That's what I think, but I don't say it. It would be unfair to expect Yuko to remember every single underclassman. What? Is that a term people use in the US? She went to high school with, particularly a shy one like me. Ogawa Hana, huh? That takes me back. Haha, it seems you're pretty popular, Miss Ogawa. And how do you know our Yuko? You know her as well, Hideki? Well, yeah, we bumped into each other once or twice. Now I'm forever in her debt, or something like that. What? Bumped into her once or twice? That doesn't mean anything. Yuko snorts. That is so you, Hideki. This is set in Japan, yeah. But the language is very American. That is not so me. Totally is. You just count yourself lucky you ended up indebted to a cute girl like Hana, not a large bodybuilder with an axe to crack. What? The hell? Yuko giggles and sticks out her tongue. Ugh. Oh, I'm wounded. Hideki sighs again. I've heard underclassmen used for kohai a lot. Oh, I see. So perhaps it is an actual term. Is there anyone here from the US who could, like, verify this? Anyway, I know Hana here pretty well, which is a lie, but I don't call her out on it. We went to school together, actually. Oh, you did? Yeah, I'm a little older than her, so we were never in the same classes, but I saw her around. And how is Jomon since I left? It's the same as ever, I guess. Is Mr. Kosugi still teaching maths? Yeah. And is he still, like, super strict? He made one of my classmates stand outside holding a pail of water when he forgot to hand in his algebra homework. Wow, he's allowed to do that? That's crazy. He never liked me very much, you know. Once he threatened to expel me because he caught me Yuko, not in the middle of an event, okay? Okay. Yuko pouts and relinquishes her hold on my hand. My palm is all sweaty. My fingers tremble. Still, Ogawa Hana, that's awesome. It must be nice meeting friends from school. I wish I knew what it was like. I've never been. Count yourself lucky, Day. Some of the teachers at Jomon were evil, but Mr. Kosugi was the worst of all. Seems nowadays 90% of people online have severe mental problems like autism, depression, stress, etc. I think autism is more a neurological disorder, a social emotional issue, right? Rather than a mental thing. I think that's what the distinction is. But anyway, but when you see them talk, they seem to be in better condition than most people I know. Yeah, I think therapy needs to be like mandatory, like a human right for everyone, so that, you know, if you've got any conditions, they can actually be looked at and dealt with. And also so that people actually know how to deal with people who have conditions. Anyway, but it sounds like fun. I've always wanted to eat lunch with my friends in the classroom, but I've been homeschooled my whole life. I didn't know that, but it makes sense. It's possible for students with disabilities to attend mainstream schools, but a lot of parents prefer to go with the homeschooling route. It's easier and it saves them having to worry about the welfare of their children. I wonder if that's why Rei always seems so quiet in her interviews. She's never been to school and she doesn't have any experience interacting with people outside of her immediate family, so she's softly spoken. Then again, I've attended mainstream schools my whole life and I'm even shyer than she is. Oh dear, it seems the crowds are getting a little restless. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. Where's the cat girl in all this? It's no trouble. Don't worry about it. I'm like super stoked that I met you. What are the odds? There are probably a few other students from Jomon here too. Maybe, but there's only one Ogawa Hana. What? You're always so cheerful, Yuko. That's part of my charm. Yuko strikes a peace sign, not that they can see it. I think Rei gets the general idea though, because she giggles. Anyway, you had your handshake. Do you want to shake Rei's hand too? Sure. I extend my hand to Rei awkwardly. She accepts it, wrapping her slender fingers around my unworthy palm. It was very nice to meet you, Miss Ogawa. You too. And do you want a photo or something to commemorate the moment? Sure, let me grab my cell phone. You should send the pic to me when you're done. I want to show my mom. She'd be like, oh, is that Choco's girl? My, she has gotten tall. Yuko's mother is a member of the same crochet circle as my mother. I don't know Yuko that well, but our mothers are on friendly terms. I thought they were close. Hey, you should tell me your Paku Paku ID. Mine is... Yuko, you're not meant to give out your contact details on the job. It could be dangerous. Besides, you've held up the line long enough. Fine, Mr. No Fun. Let's just take the pic then. But we simply have to hang out together sometime, Hana. I want you to tell me everything that's happened at school since I left. Why do you care? Fine. I would be interested in hearing your stories too. I'm curious. Don't let Yuko interrupt you, Rei. She's a bad girl. A bad girl? Never! I'm just doing a favor for my pal, Hana. Yuko's acting so overly familiar, it's a little awkward. Yeah, it is. This awkwardness is intensified when she pulls me against her and wraps her arm about my shoulder. No. Her arm is in the air? A few people in the queue start muttering amongst themselves something about special treatment, and Hideki gets even more noticeably anxious. But Yuko doesn't seem to care. She was always like this. Outgoing and confident, cheerful to a fault. She has 3 arms? Ah, yeah, that makes sense. She got in trouble a lot from what I remember. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets in trouble as an idol either. She seems like the sort who'll have 1 or 2 juicy scandals before she retires. But maybe the world needs more people like that in it. Certainly makes everything more interesting. I'm grateful that Makoto suggested this. I was a little unsure at first, but it ended up being fun, I guess. I mean, will we actually get to see their faces at all? In a weird sort of way. Maybe I should buy her a gift to thank her. Oh, there it is. Well, I mean, I think one reason why I'm able to be well functioning with social anxiety online is because I have loads of therapy behind my back. I have had lots and lots of therapy, so it's very difficult for people to tell I have social anxiety unless I tell them. But yeah, I'm a huge advocate for therapy because of how helpful it's been for me. You know, I don't think I'd be as happy, I guess, as I am without having all those strategies to be able to deal with all the anxiety triggers and things. And I still have my bad days, and my bad periods. Like this whole month has been a pretty rough time for me. But yeah, the fact that I've done therapy has made it a lot more manageable. Yeah, it was a shame her expression was hidden behind the text box. Okay, in the end, Makoto and Yasu are busier for longer than any of us anticipated. After Yasu finishes an impromptu shoot with a group of fellow cosplayers, Makoto gets dragged away. Several hours pass and the first day of the convention comes to a close. Wait by the entrance hall is mostly devoid of people now. There are still a few convention goers milling about. The cat girl just disappeared. That was weird. Carrying plastic bags filled with goodies, but the majority of the crowd has dispersed. A voice calls over the loudspeakers, that of a polite, softly spoken woman. May I have your attention, please? The Kokusai Center will be closing in 15 minutes. I repeat, the Kokusai Center will be closing in 15 minutes. Please ensure you have all your belongings with you. Thank you, and I hope you had a wonderful day. I think I did have a wonderful day, despite the disappearance of my newfound companions. Seeing Yuko was probably a highlight, even if it was rather awkward. But that wasn't all. I hug a carrier bag to my chest and smile to myself. I stole so much shit. While I was searching in the vendor's hall for a gift for Makoto and Yasu. What? Why are you getting a gift? I happened upon something rather Interesting. Something I've wanted for a long while, but this kind of merchandise is for very particular kinds of fans, and I don't want to be branded as a deviant. Oh, please, don't do this. Mom and Dad are pretty accepting of my alcohol obsession, but even they might raise eyebrows if they caught a glimpse of my latest purchase. But I just couldn't help myself. Maybe it was the atmosphere of the convention. It got beneath my skin and made me do something rather out of character. No, I think that is probably part of your character if this is something that you've done. The normal Ogawahana would never have purchased something ridiculous like this. Then again, the normal Ogawahana would never have attended a convention. I'm so... Please let it be a body pillow. Just get it over with. She never would have spoken to strangers. She never would have made friends. Speaking of which... Hey, Hana! I spot Yasu and Makoto at the other end of the entrance hall. They're hard to miss, being such a mismatched pair. Yasu waves at me energetically. Even from a distance, I can tell there's a wide smile on your face. I saw you buying them pornos. You don't need to be so loud, Yasu. She's heard us. I can't help it. I'm just so excited. Yeah, most people never get to see me when I'm feeling bad because I'm pretty private. It probably doesn't seem like I'm a very private person, but like I tend to keep myself to myself in terms of, you know, real talk. No, that's not true. I'm very open about like anxiety and things like that, but you know, like when I'm having my down periods, I don't tend to complain to people, if that makes sense. I save that for people I trust. Yeah. So most people just get me on a good day. I think that's pretty normal though. I think most people are like that. Yeah, so I can't help it. I'm just so excited. Yeah, so all but skips forwards. Does he have no sense of shame? Makoto trails along behind. So, Hana, did you have fun? Did you? Don't fawn all over her, Yasu, please. It's been a long day. Oh, don't be silly. Hana doesn't mind. You don't, do you? Don't stand so close to me. I mean, yeah, he is a little bit too close in that he might find out what I have. But if she says I don't really mind, maybe we'll find out what it is that she's got. I don't really mind. See? Yasu turns to Makoto and pokes out his tongue in triumph. Yeah, I think you have to be above a certain level of presentable to interact. Yeah. Definitely. Like, I tend to be pretty straight shooting most of the time. When I'm okay. But, like, you know, I have a tendency to, like, I have occasional depressed moments. And get really sad. A few people have seen me sad and have said that my face completely changes. Because you know I tend to be quite smiley. When I'm sad, I don't have this smile on my face. And it's really disconcerting apparently. But this is kind of like my resting face, more or less. And it's only when I'm sad that it kind of drops. Hana doesn't mind. In fact, she likes my company. Don't get carried away, Yasu. She never said that. Maybe not in those exact words, but it was implied. So, did you have a good time? I have the habit of complaining to strangers and not telling much to my close friends. That's why you guys are enduring me right now. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess, like, with strangers on the internet, I will talk very openly about anxiety and things like that. That's something that I would only talk about with strangers and really, really close friends. I don't really talk about that with all the in-between, which kind of seems a little bit strange. But I guess there's some logic behind it. Anyway, so did you have a good time? It was a lot more enjoyable than I thought it'd be. Good! I'm sorry about leaving you, by the way. One thing just led to another. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? Just tell me what you've got in your stinking bag. Yeah, I felt a little bit out of my depth at first. But Makoto was right. There was so much stuff to do, I didn't get bothered. Yeah, that's true. People close to you can hurt you in ways that strangers can't. Nice one. Did you see Lei and Yuko? Yuko, sorry. It's why I don't really respond. Like, I don't really give trolls. Like, there have been occasional attempts to troll me, and it tends to backfire because I think a lot of people troll. Like, when people do it, I mean, when people are trying to maliciously troll you, not like me. I only do it benevolently. I'm a very light-hearted troll, I think you'll find. But whenever people have tried to like say mean things about me or whatever, it doesn't work on me because I genuinely don't care what they think. Which is kind of like a blessing, but I guess in some ways it's also a curse because I don't care what people think about me, so I end up being quite shameless. I know Sean has scolded me before, saying that I need to feel shame occasionally, but it's not something I tend to feel. Yes I did. Yes I did. I actually have a photo with them. I take my phone out of my pocket, bypass the lock screen, and hold it up to show Makoto and Yasu. Yasu peers in close, maybe a little too close, and squeals in delight while Makoto surveys the photograph from a distance. I can't tell thanks to her helmet, but I think she's smiling. You look happy, Hana. I do? Yeah, you're super cute. I think the photo's a little awkward, actually. Yuko has her arm around my shoulder, pulling me close like we're the best of friends. She's wearing a smile bright enough to power the whole of New York City. I, meanwhile, look a little awkward and unsure, with the softest hint of a light pink blush on my cheek. That honestly sounds like Sean feeling embarrassed. Yeah, he's sort of embarrassed on behalf of me. Because of how shameless I am. Lei stands a little apart from the two of us. In direct contrast to me and Yuko, she looks calm and at her ease, arms held together at her front, fingers clasped. Say, since when did you get so touchy-feely with Yuko? I thought you didn't like being too close to strangers. But like, she just said that she's okay with him getting up in her face. Well, Yuko isn't a complete stranger. She isn't? It's a long story. You'll have to tell me sometime. Maybe later. Yes, please later. Let's end this. I slide my phone back into my pocket. It's not like I'm trying to dodge the subject. It's just not that interesting. Like, just say she was my senior, my senpai in high school. Like, that's the story. At least I don't think it is. Actually, I have something to give you guys for being so nice to me. I mean, ooh, a present? I love presents. Yes, I wasn't sure what you would like, so I got you both something small. Here. I reach into my carry bag. My fingers brush against the plastic casing that wraps my own little, well, not so little, gift to myself, and my cheeks flush with pleasure. It's an AIdol dildo. I have to dig about at the bottom of my bag, my tongue poking out of the corner of my mouth in concentration before I'm able to fish out Makoto and Yasu's gifts. They're both keychains. I looked around a few different stalls trying to find, Oh, that's right, yeah, she's 15. But the thing is, what's she going on about? She's being weird. I looked around a few different stalls trying to find ones I thought they would like, so I hope my efforts haven't gone to waste. But I don't know, like, I don't think that we should pretend that 15-year-old girls don't have that kind of, you know, mindset. You know, like, it's not about sexualizing the teen, it's about the teen having sexuality, if that makes sense. Like, there's a distinction there. But, yeah, I just rather not know what's in there. Anyway, Yasu's keychain is of the same magical witch character he decided to cosplay as. I don't know the character's name, but he must like the series if he wanted to look like her. I was surprised to find a few booths that weren't solely devoted to AIdol merch, so I bought it as soon as I saw it. Makoto's keychain, meanwhile, is of a little robot character. Again, I don't know what the character's called or even what series it's from. It's not the same character Makoto's dressed up as, but I hope she appreciates the gesture. Wow, this keychain is so cute! Makoto accepts her gift with a little more decorum, and she bows politely, taking hold of the silvery chain in a thumb and forefinger. It's very lovely, I appreciate it, Hana. It's no problem. Since I didn't get you your drinks, I thought I might as well. Well, you certainly had no obligation, but I appreciate it all. Look at the little blush there. I'm sure I'll get a lot of use out of this little guy. What? Yasu peers at Makoto's keychain curiously. It's a boy robot? Mm-hmm. How can you tell it's pink? I know. Wait, why did you say... Oh, this little guy. Okay. I know it's pink, but boy robots can be pink too. You should know that better than anyone, Yasu. Aha, I get it. I'm just surprised, that's all. In most kids' TV shows, the pink robot is always the girl. This show's a little different. It's part of Leona's character arc. So you do know this show? I imagine you picked it out at random, but it was a lucky guess. I own it all on Blu-ray. I congratulate myself inside my head. Looks like I managed to roll a perfect 6. Perfect 6. D20. Perfect D20. Despite my own misgivings. Perfect 6. Noob. Right, I clutched my carrier bag to my chest, relishing the sound of crumpling plastic. It's hard to believe after almost a whole year of covetous secretive desire, I was finally able to buy an Aiko of my very own. A life-size facsimile of her at any rate. What? But you've already got an Aiko. Shall we get going? Indeed, the center is going to close soon, and Makoto checks her cell phone. Our train leaves in 20 minutes. I check my own cell as 4:15. Mine leaves in 10. And let's get a move on and let's end this, please. The three of us exit the convention center and make our way to the train station at a leisurely pace. The flags and banners for AIdol Fest blow in the wind, but the light and the bright green leaves on the trees rustle. The fresh air is more than welcome after being inside for so long, cramped up with so many people, and I breathe it in greedily. After walking for a while, we end up in a small park by the train station. Yasa pauses during our leisurely stroll and gives me a curious look. So, Hana, I was wondering something. Where do you go to school exactly? I go to Jomon High. That's near my house in Nanakuma. Oh, really? You're in high school? That's right. I assumed you were in college. Is that because Hana's taller than you, Makoto? No, that is not it, Yasu. It's because she's so mature, unlike some people. It's clearly meant to be a jab at Yasu, but the boy just ignores it. Makoto's barbs roll off him, like water from a duck's back. A particularly dense duck. Oh, now she's being mean too! Haha, well I guess that makes sense. Everyone's taller than you, Mako. Be quiet. Can't make me. I'll tell your mother about the time you took your pet lizard to show and tell. Hey, that's not fair. That was years and years ago. I was like 7. You've never been properly punished for your transgressions. I've been far, far too soft on you ever since we went to elementary school together and I let you copy my homework. So you two have known each other for that long? Aren't you, like, late for a train or something? That's right. Unfortunately. Hey, what's so unfortunate about that? Shouldn't you be glad you have such a cool, handsome, charming, etc., etc. childhood friend? Spare me. Oh, I didn't know how you put up with him, Makoto. I'd love to have a friend like you, Yasu. Ugh, let's be nice. Personally, I fidget awkwardly playing with my fingers. I'm no one to compliment others so openly, but Yasu has been very sweet to me and I think he deserves it. I need to try and get over my shyness. It's the only way I'll be able to make real friends. I'd really like to have a friend like you, Yasu. Oh? Yasu looks at me, he smiles brightly, but that's silly, Hana. Well, why is it? Did I just say something stupid? You shouldn't need to worry about being my friend. I thought we were friends already. Ah, we are? That's right, but you've only known me for a day. You've known Makoto for ages. I make friends quickly, and you don't need to compare yourself to Mako. She's mean to me all the time, and you're nice. I am? No, you're not. Yeah, a little too nice. I don't want him getting a swollen head. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Mako, you're so mean. The moment you sat back down, you hear your mom yelling in horror. Oh no. I guess they found the rat. I smile. Though Yasu and Makoto bicker incessantly, it's clear they only do it because they feel comfortable around one another. Yasu's an outgoing, gregarious person, but I think Makoto, despite her propensity for giving commands, is on the quiet, retiring side like I am. I bet Yasu's the only person she bosses around like this, and it must be because she feels comfortable enough in his presence to do it. Having a friend to argue with about pointless things and share silly inside jokes, it must be kind of nice. I never had a childhood friend. Oh, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Believe me, my parents are obsessed with the idea that we're going to get married. His face is still stuck like that. They've even tried to get me to pick out a venue and a dress. I think you'd look lovely in taffeta, my dear Mako. They don't know that Yasuo is even more interested in dresses than I am. Do you think they'd sour me being their son-in-law if they knew? You're never going to be their son-in-law, stupid. You could go down on your hands and knees and propose right now. But I'd never agree with it. How cruel! You'll get over it. That's what you think, but a maiden's heart is a delicate thing. I fear I may never recover. In case you haven't noticed, you're not a maiden. Wearing a cute dress doesn't change— Oh! Oh, Mako, do you really think my dress is cute? I forget I said anything. Oh, thank God! Oh, it's over! Oh, wait. I want to stop at the end of the day, but this day just keeps going on. Home sweet home. I fall back against my bed with a soft lump, my plastic carrier bag containing my shameful new purchase. Like, where are you going to put it up if you're living at home? How are you going to hide it? Lies on the floor by my feet. When I got back from the convention, the first thing my mother asked me was, "What's in the bag, Hana?" I was a little too embarrassed to say it outright. Don't worry, it's just an Aiko body pillar. Oh, it is actually an Aiko body pillar? A life-size one, you know, like the otaku guys in those documentaries about what is wrong with our country have? It is a body pillar! I was right, so I mumbled something about an exclusive new figure and tried to slip upstairs ASAP. Hope I didn't make Mom too suspicious. What am I going to do with my new purchase anyway? I don't have an actual pillow to put it on. That's not the most important issue at hand. The second day of the convention is looming. Day of Aiko's concert. I wonder how Aiko's doing. I flip open my phone and check through Paku Paku. I don't have any new messages. Not even one from Heartsong. She hasn't tried to contact me since a rehearsal earlier today. I hope she's alright. I got so caught up with the convention I forgot. Maybe I should send her a quick message. Hey, I'm sorry that I didn't believe you before. Really I am. I hope you forgive me. I send the message and wait, but no reply is forthcoming. I glance at the clock on my phone. It's been a minute. That's weird. Am I just being too impatient? Yes, it's normal for people to take a little while to reply to messages. But Aiko isn't a person. She's a virtual idol. She replied to my other messages almost instantly. Maybe I should send her another message. Yeah, let's be horrible. And I'm sorry for being so rude to you before too. I said some things I shouldn't. Hope I didn't offend you too much. Few more minutes go by. Still nothing. That's weird. Hey Aiko, are you alright? You haven't sent me any messages in a while. I'm getting concerned. I wait and I wait and I wait. There's no indication that Aiko has even read my message. Maybe she can't. Perhaps I should give up. Give up. I sigh, ready to set my phone to one side when it's a reply. And the music stopped. Aiko? It's alright, Hana. I forgive you. I'm just glad you believe me. I should be relieved by this message, but there's something off about it. I wonder what it could be. What's a little bit off? Much more than something. I have a bad feeling about this. Like I said, I believe you, but why are you typing like that? I'm sorry, my data is becoming unstable. Please help. No! I stare at my phone, my hands tremble. I will Aiko to send me another message, but she doesn't. In the beginning I thought Aiko talked far too much. Now I wish she'd send me another message written in a reassuringly old-fashioned manner just to assure me she's still okay. Obviously she's not. She said please help. But I don't think she can. Not anymore. Painfully obvious that she isn't okay. Yes, it is! Thank you for explaining that to us. My God. What if she never sends me another message again? What if... Aiko. I have to help her. I have to. The only question is, do I have enough time? Okay, there we go. End scene. Who the hell are you? Oh, that's the wife of Rieko's mother. Alright, well... I'll save here. We'll call it a night. Oh, thank God. Alright, how do I... Jesus, so annoying. Main menu. There we go. So, thank you all for joining me again. I'll probably be streaming more of this tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be the end. Fingers crossed. I don't know if anyone who's on my Discord for Twitch subscribers and patrons can let me know how far through the game I am. That would really be great. Alrighty, let's find someone to raid, shall we? Yes. Okay, who we gonna raid? Who is online? We have Milky Comet playing Minecraft. We have Ninja9 playing Mobile Suit Gundam Battle. We have Risu5_Waffles playing Enter the Gungeon. Sierra Presents playing Grand Theft Auto 5. We have Dubasayo playing Genshin Impact. Bunny Bubble Tea playing Animal Crossing. Let's read Milky Comet. I think that's how it goes. Milky Comet. Yay! Everyone get your hunks in chat ready. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao!